Oh, there won't be many coming home.
One more time. There won't be many coming home.
Be many.
Won't be many coming home. All right. That was your encore already. Y'all don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about, but hello! And welcome to the first Parking Lot Projectionist podcast of the new year.
Say the new year in case they listen to this.
Oh, it's 2016.
Yeah, in case they listen to this in like 2045 or something. You made a face.
And my name is Andrew Goggins.
I am Raymond Tarantino.
And today, we just saw the 8th film by Quentin Tarantino.
Seems like deja vu, but okay.
Guys, we had a horrible mic situation. I had the audio on mute before I plugged the mics in, and then we started recording. My mic was just hot. It was picking up Raymond's voice at normal speaking level from across the room.
Mic was hot?
It was so hot, man.
By hot, he means it was picking up. We didn't know a mic was able to do that.
Oh my gosh.
Very low sounding audible.
The neighbors were having a conversation outside, and they were talking
pretty much
normal.
Spy on people. It was crazy.
It was amazing.
The mic, it was some kind of glitch in the program.
That was unusable. Luckily, we only recorded the first 3 minutes.
Unusable?
Before we fixed it. But yeah, we saw The Hateful Eight.
It's the 8th film by Tarantino, if y'all don't know. He's supposed to say, Raymond, what's the Hateful Eight about? And I'm supposed to tell you what the Hateful Eight is.
He's doing 2 thumbs up and like, yeah. Like, we're gonna do this again for another year.
Oh my God, what? That is not how that went down.
Raymond?
Yes.
What is The Hateful Eight about?
Hateful Eight is a 2015. Sorry, we were behind. Not behind, but this is the first movie we watched in 2016. Everybody calm down. 2015 comedy, drama, mystery.
Last time we did this, though, you pointed out that it was released in 2015, but we just saw it in 2016. Cut us some slack.
That's right. That's what I just said again. Did I just say that? I thought I just said that.
No, you're just saying this is the first one we saw in 2016. Cut us some slack. You did not say that it came out in 2015.
Yeah, it came out in 2015. Well, it's a 2015 movie. They should know it came out in 2015.
I love this pointless banter.
Context clues, everybody. Everybody use your context clues. All right.
Let's keep it up.
A synopsis on IMDb. In the dead of Wyoming winter, a bounty hunter and his prisoner find shelter in a cabin currently inhabited by the collection of nefarious characters. It stars Samuel Jackson, Kurt Russell, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Walton Goggins, Demian Birch.
I saw that name too. It was like, I was going to say a bad word, but maybe it's Bashir or something. Maybe the CH is like a sha, a sheer.
By Churn, Tim Roth, Michael Madison, Bruce Dern, and James Parks. I can't tell you the rest of the cast because it's a giant spoiler alert.
But this is the part where I tell you the opening credits.
Revealed in the opening credits. Yeah. Shoot.
They haven't heard it yet, Raymond.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just because we were recording.
Deja vu. We coming from futures.
Future where we already done this part, guys. Chill out.
Or from the past where we already done this part. I don't know. What would that be? We gotta have another time conversation again.
No.
like what was that one?
Project Almanac.
Yeah.
Your favorite episode. The third episode.
Isn't that my favorite episode?
What's your favorite episode now?
No, I gotta pull up the episodes and remember which one I love the most. It was directed by Tarantino or written by Tarantino. I don't know if I said that part.
No, you didn't say it this time.
Okay, well, it was directed by Quentin Tarantino and it was written by Quentin Tarantino.
Wow.
He does everything.
Man's a genius.
All right, so...
Whoa, that hand, he did a little like, hand gesture, like a little wavy back and forth. Oh my goodness.
I would say he's a very good filmmaker.
Last time you said it's 3 hours and 7 minutes long, and then you said...
I normally don't say that, but I felt it was necessary to say that for this one.
And then I said, Raymond, that's interesting. Why would you bring that up?
And then I said what?
Nothing. You just continue with the synopsis.
Okay.
Yeah. I like how we're synopsising a podcast that we already did.
Well, we didn't already do it. We stopped because we had technical difficulties. So we're at this moment right now.
Ready to kick this thing off again?
Yeah. Open up with
Jesus Christ!
Another Jesus Christ.
Another Jesus Christ.
Stapled to the wall. Nailed to the cross.
Dead of winter. Snow covered all over.
We're in Wyoming, by the way, if y'all didn't know that.
There's a stagecoach pulling up in the background. Bunch of opening credits, and we got like 3 to 4 minutes pulling away from the Jesus nailed on the cross as the stagecoach approaches. Then passes by. They spoil somebody who's going to appear in the movie later. They say also starring Channing Tatum.
He was very convincing. I need to see him in more. Rose.
Well, spoilers.
Oh, sorry.
Last time you just said, I would have liked that to be a surprise.
Oh, I forgot what I said last time. This is a new me, new year. Let's do it.
New you?
New me, new podcast.
Oh
Let's
my
do
gosh, 3 minutes changes it, man.
It. Changes everything. They pull up. Samuel L. Jackson sitting in the middle of the road, sitting on a pile of dead bodies. OB's driving a stagecoach. He said, hey, OB, give me a ride. OB was like, I can't, that ain't up to me. It's the guy in there. So he went to go talk to Kurt Russell, who was in there. Who was his name again? Hangman 47?
John
Hangman 47 was his name. Hangman 47 said, hey, put your gun down on that rock. Come over here. What you doing?
Huge blizzard rolling in, and they're on the side of a mountain near some forest area.
Said, my horse died. Give me a ride to Red Rock. Because everybody wants to go to Red Rock in this movie.
There was a fun extended sequence where he had him put his guns on a nearby stump, and then he put his hands by his head.
Yeah, we're going to try to shorten the sequences for y'all. Because this...
Oh, you mean like...
What?
Like the editor probably should have?
Oh. Well, I think this is more of a Tarantino controlled thing.
Obviously, he likes to let scenes play out in the full. This is more like a filmed stage play than a regular movie, which I enjoyed that element.
This was nice. It's a fun movie to watch for the 3 hours long, but we can't tell you every little bit thing that happens because I don't even remember most of it. I'll tell you all the juicy parts that you need to know.
What about Kurt Russell's stash? That's pretty juicy.
It was... He had a mustache in this movie, y'all.
If you offend him, he goes, you offend me, sir. And he like strokes both sides of it.
Pulled it tightly. He pulled his stash tight. He didn't want nobody to look at it.
And he does this thing with his neck at the same time. He just sticks his neck out like, ooh, ooh.
Ooh. All right. Anyway, Sam was like, hey, I need a ride to Red Rock. Kurt Russell was like, I paid for all this myself. Why would I give you a ride? Yeah, you know me. He's like, yeah, we had shared a steak together a few months back.
A steak?
Shared a steak. Yeah,
oh, you said steak.
I said steak.
I thought you meant a state. I thought you said a state.
like a Louisiana steak?
Yeah, we shared a state together. Oh, you're that colored general.
He didn't use the word color, but for political, I mean, for pop,
I don't know.
For the political reasons, we'll use the word color.
Anytime we say the word colored, you know what we mean, he said.
He's like, yeah, I'm General Colored Sam Jackson. And remember we ate that steak together. He's like, you got the paperwork on the boys. You're a bounty hunter too. Come over here. This is, I'm transporting,
Daisy, what
was her name?
Dermagay.
Democles. Daisy, anyways, was a troublemaker. It's like, I'm transporting Daisy here. Take her to the Hangman in Red Rock.
Hi, Samuel Jackson. Woman, be quiet. Oh.
Yeah. When we first meet her, she's already got like a black eye.
Oh, no.
Kurt Russell just beats the shit out of this woman throughout the whole movie. Anyway, she calls Sam Jackson a colored. I don't want no colored ride with me. Sam Jackson said, look, just give me a ride. We're going up to, what was the name of the place again? Something.
It's Minnie's Haberdashery.
Minnie's Haberdashery. They got to stop at Minnie's Haberdashery.
But then we're going straight to Red Rock. You can turn in your bounties, get all you pay. Now, let me get this out of the way real fast. This lady Daisy right here, she's worth big 10 grand. I'm taking her alive. That's why she's handcuffed to me. I don't want any funny business. You're not interested in this. Like, no, sir. There's one over there that's worth about 4,000, another worth 1,000, another worth another 3,000. I'm all set. That's fine enough for me, sir.
Andrew does the characters really well, everybody.
I paid close attention to this movie. I'm sorry.
You paid close attention. You was already in it. The Jesus shot opened up, and you was like, I need to see more.
It's like, all right, you can come aboard, but I'm not going to help you load those bodies on the roof.
How am I supposed to help you load it up when I'm tied to her? OB, help him out. Poor OB. Y'all. They made OB do so much work in this movie. Tied him up there. They start driving. I said driving. They're riding.
Quentin Tarantino, just like in Quentin Tarantino fashion, has chapter markers for all of these sections
chapter
of the movie.
One.
It's chapter 1, last
Meet
stage.
Samuel L. Jackson. Last stage to Red Rock. That's what it was called.
Yeah.
I don't remember the other chapters. I know the last chapter.
I do.
You remember all the
chapters? I remember all the chapter names.
I know chapter 3 was the longest one, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, it was. Definitely.
Okay, so
5 is definitely the shortest.
Make sure you cut me off whenever it's time to switch chapters, because I don't remember the chapter switches. All right, last stage to Red Rock.
Stage is short for stagecoach, which they're all driving in with 6 drawn horses.
If you didn't know
OB
that,
at the reins.
I need you to go back to school.
Whoa.
Sorry to insult anybody.
So they're finally getting along. They're riding along. There's a little bit of backstory exchanged. Daisy's a little bit of a racist herself, likes the Confederacy and says bad things to Samuel L. Jackson.
You learn that Sam Jackson was a major in the war, because it takes place after the Civil War, by the way. Major in the Civil War on the Union side, and he helped them win, I guess.
Spoilers.
All right. So anyways, they pull out, he's like, let me see that Lincoln letter of yours. You got a genuine Lincoln letter.
Samuel L. Jackson has a Lincoln letter. He's like, ooh, give me.
Everybody wants his Lincoln from President Abraham Lincoln.
Ooh.
Yeah. Can I read it, please? Put his glasses on.
Oh, post-Civil War time, because they do mention, she's no John Wilkes Booth, but she's done some bad things, I assure you.
Did I say it takes place after the Civil War?
Did you?
I did.
Okay, just making sure. Well, you gotta know how long after the Civil War, because clearly Lincoln's been killed.
This is about 2 or 3 years, maybe.
Sounds good.
That's what I'm gonna go with, since that one person was still alive. So anyways, he's like, let me see your Lincoln letter. Kurt Russell reads it, and he's just got a smile on his face. Get it? Boy, that's a nice touch there at the end. I forgot what the ending said. It's something about, oh, she's calling out.
She's calling me
to bed or something like that. That's a nice touch right there. I gotta admit. It's
You
like,
calling me?
right Lincoln letter. And then Daisy said, colors don't need letters from the president or something like that.
Earlier, he elbowed her for speaking, and she was bleeding out the nose, and she was licking up with her lips all the blood. The whole time he had that letter, I was like, when is she gonna use it as a booger rag or a blood rag or something like that? I thought she was just gonna take that. When is that gonna happen?
I thought she was gonna grab it and rip it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said, Lincoln don't write letters to color. He's like, woman, this is from Lincoln. And he like puts it in her face, and then she spits on it. Then Samuel L. Jackson punches her, knocks her out the stagecoach. And since she's attached to Kurt Russell, he goes out too. And then Samuel L. Jackson bangs on her. Hey, OB, slow down. So OB stops.
Gosh, dang it! Knock my whole dang arm off.
Why you do that? She got my Lincoln letter. Samuel Jackson finds his Lincoln letter, picks it up. He's like, how is it? It's like, okay. And all of a sudden, OB's like, hey, we got another fella out on the road up here. Turns out it was, what's his character's name?
Chris
somebody.
Minox?
Minox? What is that?
They're sucking on the power cables.
Is that a Ranger villain? Oh, Minox was in Empire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sucking on the power cable.
Sucking on the power cable.
Minox.
I'm sorry, I need to find out his name.
Like
He's Sheriff
Minosi,
Chris.
Minoki.
Sheriff Chris shows up. Sheriff Chris.
Really? They just call him Sheriff Chris on the IMDb?
I can't. There's more to it. Chris Mannix.
Mannix.
He's close.
Whoa.
Mannix.
Minox.
Mm-hmm. Mannix, because they call him by his last name. Mannix or something like that.
Oh, here you go.
Chris Mannix comes in and he's like, hold on right there, Mr. Mannix. How do I know you? He's like, I'm the new sheriff of Red Rock. Where's your badge at? Well, I ain't got it yet. They got to swear me in.
Samuel L. Jackson, you were in cahoots with this man. You better handcuff yourself right now. I don't believe I would stumble across so many people just wandering around in the middle of a blizzard out here.
Fine.
Samuel L. Jackson's handcuffed in the stagecoach. They're all back in the stagecoach except for the sheriff. Chris is outside begging to get into...
You taking that girl to get hanged, and I'm the sheriff. If you leave me out here, that's going to be murder. Ain't that right? Oh, JB. OB was like, yeah, I heard you. Shit, I ain't got time for this. He's like, all right, come on then.
Wait a minute.
I got to sit next to this color. Something like that.
I recognize you.
Do you recognize me?
I'm just looking at Raymond as he starts putting on chapstick. Got very distracted.
My lips were dry.
He recognized John the Hangman. We got a little bit of backstory about John the Hangman on the first ride. Why you go through all this trouble? Bounty hunting doesn't have to be that hard. Well, it doesn't have to be that easy either. Yeah.
He don't like to shoot his victims. He takes them in so they could get hanged properly.
When John the Hangman gets you, he ain't gonna kill you. The Hangman gets you, you gonna hang.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anyways.
So, end of chapter 1.
That was end of chapter 1?
How efficient was that? We've ended chapter 1 already.
How many chapters we got here? 5?
I think so.
Yeah, it was 5.
The last one was called The Last One, so I didn't have a number. Chapter 2, Son of a Gun.
Was it really called that?
Yeah, it was called Son of a Gun.
All right, so son of a gun stuff.
Son of a Gun. They're uncomfortably all four in this carriage. You got Kurt Russell and Daisy chained up to him on one side. Samuel L. Jackson sitting right next to Chris, the quote-unquote sheriff of Red Rock that they're all going to. He recognizes Samuel L. Jackson's character.
Yeah, he was captured by the Confederacy, destroyed a Confederate camp that had innocent people in it. Some were Confederate, some were Union. because he was with the rebels and they put out a bounty on Samuel Jackson because he did all that damage and he burned that whole place down.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be an interesting twist to the movie where Kurt Russell might want to try and claim the bounty on Samuel L. Jackson's head there for a second.
Yeah.
You find out Chris was part of a rebel gang led by his father. He's a son of the leader of a rebel gang.
I don't think there was a gang. I think there was the actual Confederacy battalion.
I got the impression that they operated after the war was over and they kept raiding black villages and stuff like that. Like, how many black towns did your daddy go through or something like that?
I'm trying to think. No, because his character throughout the movie was so, what I'm trying to say, he was so proud of the loyalty and the pride of having his daddy be a general since he's the law kind of guy. I was assuming that his daddy was a legit general in the Confederacy.
And he continued the work afterwards, after the war was over. Formed that rebel band.
Yeah, so that brings him into question. Not to mention that this actor plays a racist and everything he's in. Sorry. Sorry, I feel bad.
I was about to say that Walter Goggins, he didn't play racist in Shanghai Noon, and then I realized he constantly referred to Jackie Chan as, "You're that Chinaman."
He was in that.
He stole Owen Wilson's gang in that movie.
You that Chinaman. Shoot. Tell you, he plays a racist in every single movie he's in.
So we got some tension here. Daisy sympathizes with Chris, who is a Confederacy sympathizer still because of his father. Then you have a black general who killed so many white people and questionably even killed his own Union people. Chris even pointed out to Samuel L. Jackson, there were some cavalrymen who suspected that you just wanted to kill any white man you could see, and that's the only reason you joined up. You're a vicious white killer.
Yeah.
They think it wasn't an accident you killed 37 of your own cavalrymen in that fire.
Ooh.
Tension between all four people in this car about who to believe and who not to believe. In chapter 2.
Was it really in the chapter?
That was the end of chapter 2.
Oh, yeah, we're moving quick.
Chapter 3.
They arrive at the Roxbury. Oh, what's it called again? Minnie and the Roxbury.
What is love?
The
Baby, they're all doing the head tilt to the stage goes.
Minnie and the Roxbury. They all arrive at the Minnie's Roxbury.
Minnie's haberdashery. Chapter 3, Minnie's haberdashery. They arrived at this one-story wooden cabin, big, but only one huge room located at the bottom of this mountain. The blizzard's really picking up, so OB had to turn over the whole entire stagecoach, get all those horses in the barn. They have to settle there for a few nights.
Is it nights? I think this takes place over just one night, sir.
They keep talking about during that one night that they're going to have to be there for a couple more nights.
Oh, they do. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, they get out, get met by this Mexican Eskimo.
My name is Senor Bob, eh?
Senor Bob, how you doing?
Okay, we just put some horses in the stables. You want to put yours back there, okay? This place is pretty full. You sure you don't want to move on?
No, we'll put them in there.
Hey, where's Minnie? She's out. I'll explain that later.
Kurt Russell and Daisy go in the door, and there's just a shot. You see Eli Roth and his old dude just sitting down by a chessboard, and then you see
Eli Roth.
Eli
Roth.
Eli Roth.
Oh, no.
What's his name?
His name's Tim Roth.
Oh,
Eli
Tim
Roth
Roth
is that horror director who made...
Yeah, he's buddies with Tarantino. He was in Inglourious Basterds.
He made the Hostile movies.
I'll show you Hostile. Oh, they go in and you're like, you gotta close the door, you gotta nail it shut, it's broken. Nail it. 2 nails. Put up another board.
The only people we can see are these two people in the foreground in their chairs. There's the old Confederate general on the left side, Tim Roth's on the right side, and Daisy and Kurt Russell are struggling to keep the door closed. And then off in the surround sound, there's some guy yelling, "Shut the effing door!"
Yeah.
Tim's like, what the frick is that?
Tim's saying the same exact thing the other guys saying. They just repeat each other.
And then the Confederate
And
general...
as soon as the scene's about to end, when they get the nails shut, he just...
The Confederate general just looks at the camera like,
why?
What am I in right now?
Why am I in here? So
I guess he was supposed to be looking at that guy off screen. He looked directly at the camera.
The guy
like,
off screen was
man.
behind him. Yeah, he looked at the
He
camera.
was like, man, is there 2 hours left of this movie?
Damn. Anyways, it's like, yeah, my name's Hangman. This is Daisy. I'm taking her in. He was under there the whole time?
Spoilers!
Why didn't he just... I don't know. Anyways.
Oh, hello, jolly old chap. My name is Oswaldo.
The Hangman of Red Rock.
Oh, what a coincidence. You want to hang her, and I'm the hangman.
You see these gestures Andrew's doing right now. It's hilarious. We need to put these cameras up.
Now, do you have paperwork? Do you have a warrant for her? You have to provide one if I ask. How do I know that you're not the villain? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, audience.
What a crazy thing. It's like that old
He's a British guy with a bowler hat, Tim
that
Roth.
thing wherever like it's like if somebody's buying drugs, if I buy drugs to you and I ask if you're a cop, you gotta tell me you're a cop. It's legal. You have to tell me you're a cop. It's that kind of thing. I was like, you don't have to provide him with anything. Shoot him.
Whoa! Not in Minnie's house. Not in Minnie's house. So he's able to show him the warrant. There's a legit transaction here. Everybody calms down a bit.
OB comes in a while after that. They yell that same shit at him. They do that joke again.
Close the dang door. Back at the stables, they're all putting up the horses.
Sam and the Mexican in there, and he's like, where you said Minnie went? Minnie went to go visit her mama. And Sweet, what's the other guy's name?
Sweet Dave.
Sweet Dave.
You see, the problem is, Senor Bob, Minnie never talked kindly about her mama. In fact, I didn't even know Minnie had a mama. Everyone's got a mama, Essie. That is true. That is true.
Why would Minnie leave her most fine establishment that she loves so much in your hands?
Trust me, Essie.
You calling me a liar?
I haven't called you a liar yet. It's just peculiar.
That's all.
Has Minnie been smoking her pipe a lot lately? Minnie don't smoke a pipe. She makes her own tobacco, though.
Yo, it was in that chapter. I just got it. The guy, what's his name? X. Yeah, I was like, wait, how did he know now? Oh my God, because he didn't know. They already. Okay.
Spoilers. It's like, but I got a feeling you already knew that, Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, I knew that. I just wanted to make sure you knew that.
Close the doors to the shed.
OB and Chris had planted like chain links all the way to the outhouse.
People can make it to the outhouse and the barn.
From the house. That's why they went inside first, because they got done with that chore first. Kurt Russell is walking around meeting everybody with Daisy chained to him.
And then you meet, what was that guy? The one who's writing a story about his life.
My name's Joe Gage. Kill Bill's little brother.
He's Kill Bill's little brother. Bill's little brother from Kill Bill.
Bill's little brother from Kill Bill. That woman deserves her revenge. And you know what? We deserve to die.
That guy. So he's in it.
Which was great.
He was the one yelling
Writing my life
obscenities.
story over here in this corner.
He's like, close the fucking door.
Can I be in that life story?
You just got walked in. Yeah. We already talked about him meeting the hangman. He meet the general. General was like, I don't like none of you. Bye.
My name's Sanford, son.
Oh, God. Sheriff Chris comes in. He sees the general. He's like, is that you, General? Oh, my gosh.
Jennifer Sanford.
Well, yes, it is. Well, my daddy ran a platoon. He talked about you. Oh, you were great. Yes, I was. And I don't know the story. There's exchanging pleasantries of being Confederates. He got him some coffee and a blanket. Well, shoot, you can have mine. He gave him his own blanket. The Confederate guy, I think he's saying colored a lot. Somebody saying colored a lot. Y'all got a colored with y'all.
Yeah, I got a guy with me, colored guy. You got a Lincoln letter. It's like, you tell me there's a in the stable with a Lincoln letter. In the stable with a Lincoln letter. I'm sorry. It was just fun.
Yeah.
I like how Kurt Russell came in and took the coffee pot. He's like, oh, this is garbage. And he just tossed the coffee.
Threw it on the floor.
The heated water off. Make my own over here.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. The coffee was terrible, everybody.
Spoilers.
Anyways, Sam comes in. The general looks at him. They just exchange eyeball angrily at each other. And I don't know what happens till dinner time, Andrew. Is there anything important that happens until dinner time?
Whenever
Kurt Russell takes everybody's guns. That's it.
There was one interesting thing whenever Chris Mannix came into the haberdashery for the first time. He says, son of a gun. I was like, wait a minute, that was the name of chapter 2.
That's why he said it. Okay, that's what the name of chapter 2
Yeah,
was.
because this is chapter 3 now.
He said
son of a gun.
Other chapter 2, whatever he first...
He did. He said that in chapter 2 as well?
He said, no, what we said? I'm sorry. It was the one thing he said I thought was funny. He said, well, I'll be double dog danged. Or something like that he was saying.
Double dog damn.
It should have been named that instead of son of a gun. Way to go, Tarantino.
Whoa. So, like you said, Kurt Russell, sensing tension in the room, decides, I'm going to take everybody's guns and announce to everybody that Daisy is my prisoner. She's worth $10,000. Don't anybody get any funny ideas. The old man doesn't have a weapon. Pretty much only 2 people have a weapon right now, and that's Oswaldo and Christmas Mama Boy, Joe Gage. They go up to get Joe Gage's gun. There's tension builds up. He almost shoots Kurt Russell's character.
Samuel Jackson comes in, puts a
a
knife to his throat. Nah, cuz you better relax. Blink once if you relaxed. Blink again if you're going to give up that gun now and relax. Blink one more time for me, and then you can relax. So he relaxed and gave up his gun. Did we switch chapters for the dinner scene?
No.
It stayed. This is the long one. Huh? This
This is the long one.
So anyways, they have dinner. Some stew. Oh, forgot to mention, when Samuel Jackson first walks in, he looks at the coffee. He looks down. He sees one of the jelly beans on the ground. He looks up at the jelly bean canister thing. Sees that it's just a tad bit empty.
Or missing?
No, it was all three of them was up there. They had the colorful, the red, something else, and the red one was like just a little bit
But based on
down.
what we know later, does that even make any sense?
I'm guessing they found another glass one, and they took the jelly beans from the other things and poured some into each one to try to even it out.
Okay, spoilers.
Sorry.
They're all sitting around a table eating their stew. Oswaldo lets Samuel L. Jackson cut in line. I don't know what significance that was.
Neither. I didn't know you cut line.
It's like, oh, you can go first, Major, or whatever.
I knew they sit next to each other, and I know Chris sat right next to Samuel L. Jackson. I was like, oh, it's about to get good. And then Chris got up for some reason, and then when he came to sit back down, he sat on the other side of Oswaldo, so he could talk about the Lincoln letter. So he was like, so show us that Lincoln letter again. Abraham Lincoln ain't write no letter to no colored major.
Kurt Russell looking at Samuel L. Jackson very, very hurt like about this.
Is it? You bullshitting me, Samuel L. Jackson? And he was like, yeah, I was. This letter does one thing. That's to disarm the white man so I could live free and at peace. If not, white man will shoot me.
Tell you what, if I didn't have that letter, you want to know why I had that letter? If I didn't have that letter, you wouldn't have let me in that stagecoach.
You forgot to mention that Samuel L. Jackson and Kurt Russell, before they take the guns from everybody, they did say, we still got the agreement, right? That we get each other's properties to the safety.
Whenever they're first picking up Chris the Sheriff in the stagecoach in chapter 2, he unhandcuffs Samuel L. Jackson and was like, all the colored hate that's coming out of Chris's mouth, I know he's not with you.
Yeah.
You watch my back from this Chris guy, I'll watch your back. We'll cover each other's money. And then they held that up before dinner.
So Kurt Russell was very upset about it.
And Daisy's just here for all these conversations.
Daisy's laughing at everything. Anytime something bad happens to Kurt Russell, she laughs.
There was one time Kurt Russell first comes in, he's making that coffee on the stove, and then she says, yeah, that colored, blah, 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 blah. And then Kurt Russell continues to have a conversation, and then almost a minute later is like, smacks her across the face. What'd I tell you about talking about?
He just beats her so much.
He just completely forgot that she spoke for a second. He didn't realize she spoke. It was great.
So Sam gets up.
Oh, man. Breezing through this, we missed so many fun character stuff, like Oswaldo sitting in between Samuel L. Jackson and Chris, the sheriff guy. It's like an awkward look on Oswaldo's face. It was like, oh my goodness, what is going on here?
Yeah, there's a lot, but we just can't cover all that here. Just pick your favorite moments. Just remember your favorite ones, because I don't remember everything. Okay, Sam Jackson goes up, gets a pot of stew, brings it over to the general.
General's sitting there by himself, looking a little cold, even though he's sitting by the fire with a blanket on.
Oh, when they first came in and they found out that he was from the Battle of Baton Rouge, that general took the black soldiers and he just shot them all instead of taking them to the camp like he was supposed to.
You were in the Battle of Baton Rouge? Well, I was on the other side. Samuel L. Jackson was a major on one side, Confederate general on the other side. And Oswaldo's like, gentlemen, let's not recreate the Battle of Baton Rouge here in this haberdashery. Now we'll make this side of the room the south, and this side, including the bar, the north. Kurt Russell's like, well, as long as the bar's the north, I'm good.
So he brings the stew over to the general. He's like, just have a sit down with me. We'll talk about this. Show me some respect. We're both soldiers here.
We were both on that battlefield. Or would you deny me that as well? Sanford accepts the gesture.
So he sat down and he started eating.
I was like, oh, this is nice. I was thinking, this is nice. This is an unexpected turn. Major Samuel L. Jackson and Colonel Sanford, I almost said Sanders, was going to have a huge feud in the movie. And I was like, oh, wow, he's being nice to this old man. They both realize that they're old. All this war stuff is in the past. And maybe they're actually going to bond over something.
The general also mentioned when he talked to Sheriff Chris that he was looking for his son. That's why he's there.
Just disappeared. He's a respectable man, went on a mission.
Yeah, I'm going to Red Rock to put something on the tombstone.
Samuel Jackson, you certain that your son's dead? Many a man could have tamed the wild out here if they had to.
I don't know. I met your son. He's like, bullshit, you didn't meet my son. I did. He died on the day he met me or something like that, he said. I'm talking low. I know. I'm sorry.
You're talking low. Very low.
Why am I not talking loud? I don't know.
I don't know. You tell me why you're not talking loud.
I don't know, Andrew.
Yeah, you died on the same day you
I am not
met
talking
me.
that low like that.
What are you talking about? There's evidence in front of
All right, maybe it is evidence, but all right, you ain't got to call me out on it. Shoot. Anyway.
Like you're going off into a daze, man.
So, yeah.
Your son died the day he met me.
Then he pulls his gun out and sits down to the colonel.
Gave the colonel a revolver right next to his chair.
They was gonna duel.
Walked over to the other side of the room and was like, let me tell you a story about how I met your son. Meanwhile, Sanford, the colonel, has a desperate look on his face like, you knew my boy? You knew my boy? Please tell me anything you know. Is he all right?
Sam told him.
Yeah, I saw your son. He was running around the woods killing coloreds.
Andrew is using foul language.
He was part of a hate gang. And I took that man for myself, stood him out in the snow.
Your son was begging for his life and was begging to see his daddy again. But I didn't give it to him. That's when I decided to march him out.
Butt naked. Had him walk for miles and miles in front of me with a gun pointed at his back.
This is in the cold, by the way, in Wyoming.
Down a snowy hilltop.
So you're watching this naked white guy with snowshoes on, just freezing to death.
Oh, that was nice of them to give him shows.
Yeah, well, he's got to walk it, and
yeah,
his feet will probably get, what do they call that? Freezer burn?
Freezer burn?
Feet get freezer burn.
Frostbite. Freezer burn.
Both of them start with F and a B. Anyway.
Do I really have to tell this story?
Yeah, we gotta tell the story.
Because this is the part where I just assume Samuel L. Jackson is the villain of this movie now. After this story. You want to tell the story? You want to tell the story.
I think it's the villain.
After this story, I just assumed he was the villain because this Sanford guy looked so sincerely distraught about his son's
right now.
His son.
The real villain has some good acting.
Like, I felt bad for this bigot. It was like, okay, he doesn't like colored people, and they were prisoners of war, but you didn't have to tell him this, man. This is so bad.
So this is what Samuel L. Jackson told. He said, I marched him out and was walking. He walked for 2 hours before he collapsed from the cold. He begged me. He wasn't begging for his life. He was begging for a blanket.
He said he would do anything for that blanket. Anything.
I'll get you a blanket. So I undid my zipper and I pulled out a big black penis.
You're talking so smooth like right now.
That's how Samuel Jackson.
I undid my zipper.
That's how he was saying it. And I pulled it out. And he crawled over to me. Now, I got confused with this part. She was like, the blood was so warm. I was like, wait, did he have blood on his penis? Oh, it was in his mouth, in the guy's mouth. I guess he punched him. I don't know. Or was he just bleeding for no reason? Why are you making that face?
I don't want to explain it.
You want to explain it?
He was just saying because he had all the blankets and he was wearing the clothes of the guy that he was forcing to walk naked in the snow, that his blood was so warm and flowing.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Continue with the story, Raymond.
So
your smooth story.
His penis was so warm, and his son sucked on it, so he could get warm. His son did whatever he wanted to, but I never gave him that blanket. He's like, you lie. He's like, how you make you feel? You pictured it now, huh? Your son sucking on my big black penis.
My big black dingus.
The colonel grabs the gun, and then Samuel L. Jackson shoots him.
At no point did anyone try to interfere. Everyone could see.
Sheriff, what's his name, stood up at one point and said, this is where I noticed the 70mm squitch, because Sheriff stood up. His body was just squished in the corner of the screen.
Off to the left in the kitchen.
Don't listen to him, General. He's just trying to get you to pick up that gun. That was before the gory details of the story, though.
Why didn't no one, stop the story at any point?
Because everybody wanted to hear this. They was like, oh, this is getting good.
Well, we know what he's trying to do right now. There's a bunch of people who know what he's trying to do.
But you find out later on why they don't really care about the general.
But Chris, like you said, he interrupted once. But Chris obviously has an enormous amount of respect for this man.
Chris didn't pull out a gun and shoot Sam afterwards, I guess. I don't know why he didn't do that.
I mean, technically it's self-defense. It's self-defense, but it was egged on. I mean, come on.
You got to have self-control, Andrew.
Well, Samuel Jackson.
He told a story. You got to have self-control.
He did that intentionally to murder Sanford.
He knew this man
was going
to not have self-control. That's how you got to get him. You got to make sure they don't have self-control.
He intentionally tortured and sexually abused this man's son just because it was that man's son. Then he got this man in this cabin and egged him on with the story about how he abused his son just so he can murder him. Oh my gosh. Samuel L. Jackson's a villain.
I can't remember what I was thinking at this point. I didn't really care. Just
You didn't really care?
Everybody said enough N-words in this movie to where I was just like, it don't matter to me.
What? I don't care.
It don't matter if Samuel L. Jackson killed.
What he did to the Colonel's son. Like
I assumed he was lying. I didn't think it was true.
See,
he was laughing about it in the vision. He was laughing, going, I was like,
yeah, he's a villain.
This is
He's a villain.
fabricated. This is fabricated.
They set up the fact that he was lying about the Lincoln letter, and he was a deceitful person. So I thought maybe he would be lying about this.
But it still brought the same result.
But they showed the scene. That's why I didn't think he was lying, because they showed the scene.
I thought he was still lying, but it still brought the same result of the Colonel getting mad and he had to shoot him.
No, if you show me the scene, he's not lying. Like, if I have to watch a graphic nudity guy walking through the snow, this ain't a lie.
They actually showed this, everybody.
They filmed this. They filmed the scene happening.
Samuel Jackson
I had to watch it. It's real.
I grabbed him by that black hair and made him do it.
Because they don't use film grammar to, like, they don't cut to Sanford and then cut to the flashback of the scene happening to imply that Sanford is just picturing it in his head.
Mm-hmm.
They always are on Samuel L. Jackson talking about it, and then it cuts to it happening. So it plays like it's a memory in film language, because we're going from Samuel L. Jackson to the flashback.
To the memory instead of Sanford picturing it?
Instead of Sanford picturing it to the memory.
Gotcha.
That's why I just assumed this is real. Samuel L. Jackson is a really cruel man. Oh, I guess this confirms Chris's fears about Samuel L. Jackson's character, and that he's like a bloodthirsty killer who just kills a bunch of white people.
I didn't think that one.
It confirmed my suspicions.
It confirmed his suspicions.
Samuel L. Jackson is a villain in this movie.
But he wasn't. That was the end. What was the next chapter?
That was the end of chapter 3. Chapter 4.
Oh, Daisy's got a secret.
Dermagay's got a secret.
Oh, yeah, her last name. Dermagira's got a secret. Again, strangely enough, this opens up with a narrator.
Quentin Tarantino.
I was trying to figure out if it was him or not, because I know he has a cameo in all his movies.
Just in case you didn't think this was too much like a stage production, all of a sudden the freaking stage manager comes on and starts talking about 15 minutes have passed. Such and such and such and such are taking the body outside. Meanwhile, Dermagay's in a corner, laughing, because she's got a secret. Blah, 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 standing here, blah, 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 standing here, still pondering certain things. What they didn't know was that earlier in the scene, Dermagay had spotted one of the men putting poison into the coffee kettle while this exchange was going on. That's why this chapter is called Dermagay Has a Secret.
He did say that. He said that out loud. He said that out loud. In case y'all idiots don't know, this is why this chapter is called this.
Now, it was funny, but why was this
What do you think about this? We're about to go into general discussion about this part of the movie, because this kind of threw me for a loop, too.
Once you go to chapter 4, you could have just started chapter 4 with the argument from the different angle. You could see the shot of them putting the poison in the drink, and then you cut to Dermagay seeing it, and then you just flash forward to them taking the body out and her sitting in the corner. This is something that really, really didn't need to be explained. Were there test audiences that were like, I don't get it?
I don't think so.
Did they not know how to edit?
I don't think it was a test audience. I think
had
it
to
was
have been
just
a joke.
Tarantino wanting to do. I think it was a joke, and his cameo appearance needs to be put into the film.
At first, whenever they were walking up to the writer in the corner, Joe Gage in the corner, I thought it was going to be Quentin Tarantino. I was like, is this Tarantino? This is not the only time they do it, too. It's weird.
The voice?
Yeah, the stagehand voice.
They do it again?
Yeah.
When?
Chapter 5, they do it again.
I can't remember. Anyway, Kurt Russell gets up, gets him a drink of coffee.
He uncuffed himself from Daisy so she can more pleasantly enjoy her stew without yanking on his chain the whole entire time. So she's still off at her table by herself.
Kurt, him and OB take the body out, and they come back to trying to warm up. They get some coffee. Oh, we forgot to mention that funny scene with OB when he had to go outside.
He had to dump the revolvers.
Oh, he had to dump the guns.
Joe Gage's and Oswaldo's guns.
Dump them down the outhouse.
Why do I gotta do it? Well, first, you still got your jacket on.
and I'll only trust you.
Yeah.
So he comes back, grabs
I'm never going out there again.
he grabs a bear fur off the wall.
Yeah, he just rips it off the wall.
Wraps it around himself and lays down in front of the fireplace. And they just start asking him questions.
They lean into the camera like it's a shot from the floor level where you see his body lying on the right, and then over the camera comes these two figures like leaning in from frame left.
Want something to drink, OB? No, not right now.
Chris comes in. Hey, you
some-
all right, OB?
You want some stew? Maybe later.
I was hoping every single person would like take turns,
Nah,
like
it
lean
would've
in.
been great. Now that would have been funny if everybody, all the characters
They
came.
just all lean into the camera. Hey, OB, how's it going? Hey, OB.
That's what it should have been.
Hey, OB.
What's next?
OB and Kurt Russell both drank the stuff. Daisy is laughing hysterically. He's like, you know what, woman? I'm going to chain you back up to me. It's like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. No, John.
So he changed it back up. Sheriff Chris get ready to drink something himself.
Then all of a sudden, was it Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell did the first. Just starts throwing up blood.
There's a huge spew of blood all over the table.
JB starts throwing up blood.
He started attacking Daisy like, you while he was on the ground wrestling with her. Chris is just watching with his cup in his hand. It's like, it's the kettle. Warns him.
Sheriff Chris throws the cup down and like wipes his hand on his jacket or something like that. So they wrestle over that way. Daisy grabs a gun from out of his holster and shoots Kurt Russell. But before that, he throws up on her. Before that, he throws
that was
up
a soft
on her.
gunshot, right?
That's a soft gunshot. Stop.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, he throws up on her one time in the face. I knew it was coming. I was like, oh my God, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. Like, I know Tarantino cannot let that lie. He's going to do it. And then sure enough, Kurt Russell throws up one more time on her face. Just blood and everything. That's when she's able to get the gun out the holster and shoot him. Everybody watched that happen too. Nobody did nothing.
No, nobody cared. She's got blood all over her face. Looks like freaking Carrie. Revolver goes right up to her head. Drop it. Don't you dare.
So he takes it from her. All y'all, get up against the wall. Now, hands on the wall.
So the four of them, Senior, Bob, Oswaldo, Joe Gage, and Chris all go up against the wall. Meanwhile, Daisy is chained to the dead body of Kurt Russell on the floor. Poor OB is dead as well.
Then he says, Sheriff Chris, get over here. Take this gun out of my holster. Chris is like, what? Take the gun out of my holster. I pointed at him. Anybody moves, you shoot him. All right. So Sheriff Chris was at his A game.
Obviously, I can trust you because you almost drank the dang stuff. But one of them is the one that did it, and we're going to get to the bottom of exactly which one did. Now you, Senor Bob. All that talk about Minnie. Now, I recognized that stew. Man can tell a lot from a person's stew, how they cook it. I ate Minnie stew many times. And that is definitely Minnie stew. But Minnie ain't here. But that stew has been cooking since this morning, so she was here this morning.
If you worked here, how long you been working here? He's like, about 4 months. If you'd have known, 2 years ago, Minnie had a sign up there that read, no Mexicans and dogs allowed. Because Minnie didn't like Mexicans. She only took that sign down because she let dogs in.
So CBO Bob.
Now I'll call you a liar. Boom, boom, boom. He shot him. He was laying on the ground. He took both his guns.
And he was laying on the ground.
Blew his head off.
That was extremely rude.
What? Blowing his head off?
Man's already dead. Why'd you blow his head off? You're a villain. This guy's sadistic.
Who?
Samuel Jackson! What
Samuel
do you
Jackson
do?
carries the bounty hunter trying to collect his bounty.
You eat a naked white man in the middle of the snow, suck his penis.
Andrew, can I get over this thing he made
Then he
this man do?
Then he told the story to his father
that
and shot
man went
him.
around killing innocent lives, sir.
Oh my gosh.
All right, that's all you need to know. If they'd have showed that sequence, would you be okay with the next sequence of Samuel L. Jackson doing that to him?
No. He's no hero.
He's an anti-hero. You wouldn't call him that? You still call him a villain? It's called the Hateful Eight. They're a group of villains all together in one villain pot. Where were we? Okay, killed Bob, the Mexican.
Yep, now you just got Joe Gage, Oswaldo.
Just them two.
Yep.
So one of y'all confessed to it. Sheriff Chris did not like Joe Gage. He was like, I bet it was you because you the ugliest one. Sheriff Chris was great.
The whole time people suspected that Daisy was in cahoots with one of these men.
It's probably you, Joe Gage. Quick cuts to Channing Tatum, ladies and gentlemen, under the floorboard, saying, get ready to lose your balls.
Say goodbye to your huejos.
Shoot Samuel L. Jackson in the ball. Tim Roth pulls out a gun Where'd he get it from? He had like a
Maybe it was hidden some. I don't know.
like what's his name from Wild Wild West?
James Gordon.
James Gordon from Wild Wild West.
I don't know. Everything's just happening in slow motion for some reason. Oswaldo shoots Chris.
Chris fires back at Oswaldo, and then he's getting ready to shoot Joe, and Joe goes, "No gun," and they just turns around. Marbles. Oh.
In the chapter.
There you go. It wasn't called earlier that morning. What was the next chapter called?
The Four Passengers.
Oh, yeah. That's what it was called.
So, for some reason, we got to watch a whole entire stagecoach pull up to the
next to the Jesus cross
freaking
again.
haberdashery.
Lighter outside.
It's just a whole scene of the people that we already know killed everybody in Minnie's haberdashery, but now we get to watch how they killed everybody in Minnie's haberdashery very brutally. There was a nice young lady named Judy helping ride along in the
Six-horse Judy.
Six-horse Judy, because she's the only female you know who can run a six-horse carriage, and she was taking them to Minnie's haberdashery for a nice night stay. She's all perky, blonde-haired lady, like, "Oh, here's Minnie." It's like, "Oh, child, you so wonderful, oh, child. Oh, we're gonna have some student night, child. Oh, that sounds great, Miss Minnie." It's a haberdashery run completely by a black family. Minnie is the owner, little plump. You got Dave sitting playing chess with Sanford by the fire. Another plucking chickens, and then you got someone taking their coach out back. And then they come in, they slowly make like they're gentlemen. And then eventually, was there something special that happened that you remember in the scene that you liked?
He asked Minnie to roll him up a cigarette. That's how you know.
The tobacco.
That's how they know about the tobacco. She rolls her tobacco.
Joe Gage got some peppermints for 5 cents. You got 5 for 5 cents. Good deal. He let Judy have one since he was going to murder her.
I thought since it was going to be revealed that he was the one who put the poison in there, that he admitted to that he had his pouch was poison, and he put the peppermint in there, that she was going to get poisoned. That's what I thought was happening.
See, that would have been clever.
Yeah, I thought. That's why I was like, no, don't give it to her.
I was like, what are you talking about, Raymond? This is the peppermint. I was like, what?
Oh, that's how you heard me say it?
Yeah, I heard you say it.
No.
I was like, what's Raymond getting all giddy about?
I thought he had poison on it, and that she was going to get poisoned for the peppermint, but that didn't happen.
Anyway, eventually, Channing Tatum, they all get their guns on their holsters. There's like Channing Tatum's like, it's time to dance or whatever the fruit. They just shoot everybody. Just headshot Minnie. Frick. Comes up behind Dave's
Minnie
chair.
was a black lady, by the way.
I said that.
Oh, okay. I'm making sure everybody did.
Aha, I got you back with it. I said that.
Okay.
That is a whole black establishment, yeah.
Well,
except for Judy.
Sweet, what's his name? Dave was white.
Sweet Dave was white.
Oh, Samuel Jackson also was fishing because Sweet Dave never left his chair, and then he moved the stuff out the way and saw Sweet Dave's blood on the chair.
And we find out how Sweet Dave got stabbed from behind several times while he was sitting in the chair.
Oh, the black guy walked in one of their hands, and that's how the door got broken because they shot at the door.
Bang, 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 bang. And then he's limping around the back, and then they murdering everybody. Judy's still slightly alive on the floor. He takes another lick of his peppermint, shoots Judy, walks out back, follows a blood trail all the way back to a shed, just shoots that guy in cold blood. They murdered everybody. By the way, Channing Tatum's name is Jody in this movie.
Jody walks over to the general who is still sitting in his chair and tells him, look, my sister's gonna come through here. I'm gonna break her out. We just need you to be quiet. Do we have a deal? It's like, I don't care about y'all. Shit, I'm old. I don't give a shit about this. Shakes the general's hand. They set up. They would just see the beginning of chapter 3 from their perspective.
Kurt Russell
This
and
was
Tim L.
chapter
Jackson's
4
carriage
we were
pulls
in?
up. This is chapter 5.
What was chapter 4? Oh, Minnie's got a secret.
Yeah. Not Minnie's. Daisy.
Whatever. Daisy got a secret.
Yeah.
Shit. So then we cut to the last chapter.
Last chapter. Black man, white hell.
Yeah, I remember that. Somehow Samuel L. Jackson.
And Chris got all the leeway in this situation all of a sudden. Chris managed to get Samuel L. Jackson off the floor, even though he's baldless now. Dragged him all the way to the bed on the other side of the room. And they both set up. Chris has a rifle. Samuel L. Jackson has a revolver. And they got him pointed at Daisy still on the floor.
Tim Roth's in the chair.
Bleeding out because he's got shot on the
And
side.
Joe still standing up.
Channing Jody Tatum is downstairs underneath the floorboards.
Just that one board. It's not like, I thought it was an open thing too. Like, why didn't he shoot him? Apparently it's just that one part he could come out of. Okay. So they tell him, come on out. Or whatever.
Or whatever.
Come on out.
Or whatever.
And make sure you
I'm
go slow.
gonna give you to the count of 3 to surrender, or else I'm gonna shoot Miss Daisy over here in the head. 1, 2. Oh! The door opens.
Throw your gun out. He throws his gun out. I bet he got another one. Throw your other gun out. I don't have another gun. What do they do? They threaten him with shooting.
You better shit one out, or else we're gonna shoot her in the head.
That's what he said. You better shit one out.
Real fast. We're gonna shoot her. And then all of a sudden, Ka-clunk. There's another one out.
Shit, what happened? He didn't say that.
I mean, if you don't remember the line, I gotta say it.
Oh, yeah, I remember it now. It was funny at the time. So he's like, come out. He turns around. Daisy sees him. They smile at each other. It's like, how you doing, ugly?
Tatum he's got a close-up of Channing Tatum with his back turned to the bed, and I was like, oh, crap.
Bam! His head came off.
Daisy was like, I'm better now that I see your face, brother. And then
Bam! She went.
He was surrendering. He was taking too dang long. Movie's already 2 hours and 40 minutes. He was upset about the running time.
He was very much so.
Joe asked to sit down. Oh, because during the previous chapter, the flashback chapter, Quentin Tarantino, this is where we got the second voiceover.
Right. So they set up.
So they threw the bodies in the well, and then they planted guns for later. Joe went to sit down at the table where they planted the gun for later. And thus begin the negotiations.
Oh, do we really have to say... What's her name? Daisy?
Daisy tries to convince Chris, tried to appeal to his Confederate side, his proud Confederate side, and the fact that this guy's a black man anyway. Why are you going to stand up for him just in the name of justice? We got 15 men waiting at Red Rock. If you kill us, they're going to take vengeance out on you. You're not going to be able to spend the bounty money on our heads. None of our names are our real names, and they talk about what their real names are. I'm really worth this much money. My brother over there that you just shot is worth $50,000. You can have all this money if you just let us live and let us walk, and you get to be sheriff and crown of your town, and we'll give you your town back too. All you have to do is shoot that color. And Samuel L. Jackson's like, what? Don't listen to her. Eventually, Joe Gage over here finally reaches for his gun under the table, and then Samuel L. Jackson just starts popping everybody. Pop, pop, pop. Then he gets to Daisy and pulls the trigger, and he's out of bullets.
Mm-hmm. Daisy tries to negotiate with, what's his name, one more time or something?
Yeah, Chris was like, pulls up a chair. So where were we, Daisy, about that offer? Tim Roth was still alive in the chair, bleeding out somehow.
He bled out. We did not see him die. I'm assuming he bled out, but he was still moving.
Look, the DeMarco gang, you still haven't done anything wrong here, Chris. We can still let you walk, man. All you have to do is shoot that guy. You're a Confederate guy. You don't have no loyalty to him. Screw justice, man. Just let us go this one time. I'm gonna die in probably the next couple days. I'm not gonna make it, so you can claim the bounty on me, too.
What do they do now?
So there's all this tension and build-up about whether or not Chris will take the deal. Daisy makes one last attempt to try to sway him by, how are you going to get back to town anyway with all these bounties if you kill me? Sam Jackson over here, who can't walk or do anything because he's got no wahoos anymore, he can't help you. You can't do that whole stagecoach by yourself and carry all those bodies by yourself. Eventually you're going to break down, you're going to have some trouble, and then whenever you get to town, you're going to meet those 15 people. And then Chris is like, well, no deal. Your story depends on me believing in your 15 men. And I haven't seen any evidence of that. For all I know, all the DeMarco gang that I see is what there is left. And they're all dead except for you. And then Samuel Jackson's like, hey, hey, hey. And Chris is going into like full-on hero mode, standing up, making a speech, man.
Yeah, my daddy had honor and all that.
He taught me this.
And then he just passed out.
Yeah, he got to the climax of his speech and, oh, boom, hit the floor. And then, what the? Samuel L. Jackson said something in slow motion. Whenever they were trying to negotiate with Chris earlier, he was like, you listening to him? You gonna talk about it? Just randomly put him in slow motion for some reason.
Yeah,
like someone, like Tristan took the remote and just slowed it down. That's what it was. So Chris, the sheriff's on the ground. Daisy sees this opportunity. Oh man, I gotta get free of these cuffs, and I take his gun and I can kill them both. I can make out here like a bandit. Daisy scrambles and finds something to chop off Kurt Russell's arm with. Manages to chop off the arm. Gets all the way to Chris, and then all of a sudden, bang! She gets shot. Then you look over, it's like, I'm not dead yet, bitch. It's Chris on the ground. He's still alive. He's shot her. She's shot in the shoulder. She's lying down next to Chris, looking at him. Then he's about to shoot her, finish her off. Samuel L. Jackson's like, no. It's like, no, what are you talking about? You know, I know what she's done. But she's John Rush's, the hangman. And when the hangman gets you, he doesn't kill you. The hangman gets you.
You're gonna hang. So,
And then the first time ever, we finally get a jump cut to something happening later. For the first time ever, we don't see something happen in real time, like them getting the rope and stuff. It just immediately cuts to them tugging on a rope.
They're on the bed tugging the rope.
Have it over the rafters. She's hanging from the rafters, pulled up, tied to the bedpost, and they just watch her hang there.
And she dies.
That was a nice little dance she did.
Chris asks, let me see that Lincoln letter. It said, gives him, then he reads it out loud for, I forgot what the exact words were. It was like something about you did a good thing for your race and we still got far to go, but we'll get there. And I guess it changed Sheriff Chris a little bit on the inside. Oh, he said the last bit at the end. What was it again? Oh, she's calling me to bed. He was like, that's a nice touch. Then the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Credits roll. They start shaking a bit. And that's it.
General thoughts?
It's a Tarantino film, that's for sure. Only he could do this style of something. The style of film that he does.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. It was 3 hours long, but I enjoyed this one a lot more than Inglourious Bastards because this one, I don't know, the talking in this one was a lot better to me. I was more engaged with the talking.
The acting, the actual conversations,
yeah.
What about it?
Everything kept you engaged, kept the audience engaged. Everything had...
Because it wasn't jumping around, or...
No, you was always learning something with the conversations. Everybody had something witty, or it was either funny or something like that. It wasn't just boring conversation. The audience was getting information. Even though it was a 3-hour-long movie, it was a lot of stuff going on.
That is true enough. Inglourious Bastards, a lot of the time, is them talking about ideas and making metaphors about stuff tangentially related to the plot, but you're not really learning too much about the characters, except for the fact that they agree with what they're saying. I didn't like
Inglourious Bastards that much. And then Django had action in it, so that was okay, I guess. He got better with it.
The camaraderie between
I enjoyed Leo's
Jamie Foxx and Christoph Waltz in that movie was very good.
Mm-hmm.
I remember really enjoying, especially Christoph Waltz's character. Leonardo DiCaprio was a great villain in that movie, I felt.
Oh, yeah, he was. He should have got his Oscar.
I can't remember how I felt about that movie overall, though. It's been a while.
I know I enjoyed Django. I enjoyed both the Kill Bills. We're going to listen to Tarantino's here. I've seen Jackie Brown. I like that one. Pulp Fiction. Probably my favorite one. His. It's everybody's favorite one. What's another one?
Reservoir Dogs.
I haven't seen that. That's the one I want to see a lot. I can't think of another one. Okay. Which one he did? He did Death Proof. He didn't do Planet Terror. Sure, Death Proof, I guess. Yeah. This one was a fun mystery film. I liked it.
Mystery, you say?
The Whodunit.
The Whodunit doesn't really come until... Well, Chapter 4 is the whole Whodunit. The trailers are about Chapter 4, really. All the trailers are about Chapter 4. It tries to sell the movie as if it's a huge Whodunit. Like, the whole time you're going to be in this cabin... and there's going to be tensions and back and forth between all these people. But it's really just that one chapter that they're trying to sell the whole entire movie on.
And it's the... whenever Kurt Russell says, I don't trust, some of these people are working for her. And it's like, how did he get that information?
Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Like, he just threw that out there.
Samuel Jackson was the one picking up the clues. So he should have said something to him instead of him just coming out and saying it. That's probably the biggest problem. The whodunit doesn't come till then because he just automatically assumes somebody's working for her. It's like, well, why? Did he know Minnie and all them?
Who exactly leaked the fact that they were going to Minnie's in the first place? There had to be someone who told this gang that they were going to Minnie's.
I think they were going...
Did Daisy somehow send the correspondence?
They knew he was taking her to Red Rock, and they knew that Minnie's was on her way to Red Rock. So they just occupied Minnie's because they knew they had to come through there.
Do they frequently stop at Minnie's? Because it sounded like only Samuel L. Jackson really stops that much at Minnie's.
I don't know all that, but I know that they knew that was a spot on the way to Red Rock from the location that they was coming from.
So they just knew.
They just like, no, they're not supposed to know that information.
No, I'm just thinking about other stuff. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, that's the biggest problem with the Kurt Russell thing was that he just automatically says, somebody's working for. Wait, what? How do you know this? Did you pick up on any clues? Maybe the coffee being bad? I don't know. He didn't really seem like he was picking up on anything. He just talked to the guys and just decided, okay, all y'all are terrible people. One of y'all's working for her. But yeah, the whodunit doesn't come to that chapter. And then that chapter goes by quick. Okay, I don't get it.
You got nothing else? It was a 3-hour movie. I don't know.
Oh shit.
Anything personally, like overall, that you can say about the movie, sir? You enjoyed it. You thought the conversations were better overall because they were relevant, and then you liked the mystery. That's all I got out of you.
That's generally what the whole movie was about.
That's what it is.
Yeah. There's nothing else
How do you feel about the length of the movie, since that was all it was about?
Ooh.
The 3 hours, the languishing pace, considering...
It didn't feel like 3 hours, let's put it that way. And if a 3-hour movie doesn't feel like 3 hours, it's a good 3-hour movie then.
Was there enough payoff for all the slow buildup of the movie? Because the climax, comparatively, is pretty small. Quentin Tarantino's style, obviously, is to have a very, 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 very slow build-up to a quick spurt of violence at the end. But was there a big enough send-off for that much build-up, do you think?
Compared to the other ones, because the other ones are shorter, and then they have the big ones, like, say, Django was shorter, but it had that big scene at the end.
Yeah.
Well, I would say this one is a big enough payoff because we only got these 8 characters to work with. It seems like a nice payoff to me. Like, for a second there, I thought, oh my God, what's his name was going to turn on Sam, and the bad guys was going to win again. Because you see that so many times in movies.
Well, they intentionally try to make you think that with the title of the last chapter, too. Mm-hmm. Think in the back of your head that Samuel L. Jackson's going down, which I didn't really mind because he came across as a villain.
Oh, my God. Andrew. You're not like the villain and stuff.
Because I was like, oh, wow, he is supposed to be a villain. Because, look, he's got the red tie on, too. He's the devil. He's supposed to be the villain.
And he forced the man to do inappropriate things.
I'm supposed to sympathize with the bigoted characters and be like the Hateful Eight is supposed to be an ironic title because you think the bigoted people and all these other people are supposed to be the bad guy, but it turns out the black man who is killing people based on the fact that they're racist is actually the villain. I thought it was supposed to be the twist. I'm supposed to sympathize with Samuel L. Jackson at first, then it turns out that he's a guy who just runs around.
She's the main villain. It wouldn't tie into her at all.
I don't know. Did it need to tie into her?
Yeah. She's the whole reason for this entire movie. Yeah, I thought it was a good enough payoff, unless you had him shoot Sam and then they try to go off together and then he ends up having to fight them out or something.
This is how it could have tied in, sir. Samuel L. Jackson could have been the one to tell Channing Tatum to purposely tip him off. Like the Emperor in Return of the Jedi. It was I who gave Channing Tatum the coordinates to Minnie's haberdashery.
Why would he give him the coordinates?
As an excuse to kill a bunch of white people for killing a bunch of black people. He wanted more white blood.
So he just wanted to get all of these 8 white people or 7 white people in a place together to kill.
To kill them all.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would he just go to like a town where there's more to kill instead of just killing these 7?
Because it's got to look like justice.
Oh my God.
It's got to look like justice. This man purposely sets up false flag black people murders and then walks in and kills a bunch of people.
I don't like that scenario.
He made up the story about the son sucking his penis so that he could kill Sanford for no reason. Because if you're right, sir, if he didn't actually do that, that means he made up that story just so he could shoot that white man.
Well,
either way, he's a villain.
It still plays into...
Either he made a naked man walk in the snow...
It still plays into his character when, what's his name, Sheriff Chris is like, yeah, remember, even the Union had problems with you going around. They just said you joined just to kill white folks. It still plays into his character that he just wanted to kill his Confederate guy. He didn't want to kill all white people, just these Confederate white folks.
Yeah, but
he was having revenge on the Confederate guy because the guy killed all his troops who were unarmed. Instead of giving them justice, he just shot them all the black guys in the Union uniform.
But you just said the part where Chris said that he also killed his own men by accident, and there was question about whether or not it was accident, but they were all coincidentally white. So that kind of goes towards the fact that he just wants to kill white people.
No, he does not. He wanted to kill that Confederate general for killing those black guys.
But he didn't mind that there were a bunch of 37 innocent white people on his side.
Sure. Oh my God.
Burn them alive, Raymond.
That was a
hashtag
story.
White Lives Matter.
Oh my God. No, you didn't just say that on the podcast. Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
Oh my
Man didn't care.
God.
He killed 37 white people.
Oh.
Who were on his side.
Oh my God.
Come on over.
What do you mean 37? We talking about what he burned down the thing?
Yeah, the 37 Union people that he killed. People who were on his side.
Well, the Union already took offense to that and already got him for that, scolded him for that.
Well, they scolded him, but then they let him slide because of how many Confederates he had killed.
Maybe he didn't know those union guys were in there. It was by accident.
Well, it is left ambiguous, but I don't know. That guy's sadistic.
He made the guy suck his penis, so Andrew is assuming
At that point, I knew, and he was maniacally laughing. While it was,
That was funny.
like, who does that?
he was grabbing the guy's
Who maniacally laughs while they're having someone do that?
I don't know, Andrew. I guess villains do that. Dun, dun, dun.
So obviously this whole movie is kind of about Chris Walton Goggins' character overcoming his past to seek true justice, overcoming his biases with his family and his strong political views with his father to realize that true justice is taking the black man's side, Samuel L. Jackson's side. It's a whole character piece slowly walking him over. He started off as a sketchy guy, as a sketchy sheriff wanting to run this town, like he was going to corrupt this town with his own feelings, his own Confederate views, and how things should be run. And then slowly throughout the course of this evening, he came to realize what true justice was while hanging out with Kurt Russell and Samuel L. Jackson and took his side.
See what justice has in store for you.
He's the true main character of the story, sir. Walks in chapter 2.
But Sam Jackson's on a poster in the middle. I think he's the main character.
Oh, marketing says he's the main character. He's the villain of the movie.
He is not the villain. Daisy's the villain.
What did Daisy do?
She was part of this gang.
They imply that she might have shot somebody.
Yeah, I thought it was going to turn out because it was like, well, she's no John Will's booster. It was going to turn out she had some kind of hand in killing Lincoln or something like that. But they didn't fully explain that. She provided the gun or something. I don't know. Were you thinking about the scene from The Ridiculous Six just now?
What?
That's why I thought you was laughing.
I haven't seen the whole movie.
Oh, okay. Spoilers. It's a great sequence.
Oh, no.
Okay, so anyways, yeah, I like the movie. Not many people could pull off a 3-hour-long movie with just talking and talking and talking. But I think he did it with this one. I think Tarantino did. I think this is a good movie. Overall, I would rate it.
Hey, whoa, you stop it already? I don't get a turn?
Oh, you get a turn. I thought you got a turn.
What are you talking about?
I didn't know. We went on about how Sam's a villain and all that.
We went in one topic and I don't get to say my general thoughts on the movie?
I'm sorry. My apologies. I didn't know. I was rating. I couldn't give my rating. You can still have your turn, but okay.
You usually give your rating right before we stop.
Okay.
So I was very concerned.
We wasn't going to stop. I don't have the power to shut this off. You do.
We both shut it off now.
Oh.
Halfway through, we both start shutting off.
You act like I was getting ready to say my rating and shutting it down and then turn it off.
Yeah.
Which I did. I was not about
You
to do
about to
that.
close the door on me?
I'm not. Go ahead.
Okay.
Keep this whole conversation.
Yeah. I enjoyed the feeling of the movie. It was great to see something in wider than scope aspect ratio. I love the way it was shot. There's a lot of cool uses of the space. People on one side of the screen talking to somebody on the opposite side of the screen. Their heads coming in, fill up the whole entire space. I don't know how they're going to crop this for television, especially in scenes where somebody's standing way off on the kitchen on the side of the frame, almost off the frame, and then the main character is off in the center. It's going to be incredibly hard to crop that. Hopefully they just keep it in the original aspect ratio. I was delighted to see it was in his original aspect ratio. There's some wonderful shots where you had double focus, where you had to do that trick. I don't know how they pull off the trick. Obviously, there's got to be some rotoscoping down the center to do it. But you have someone in the foreground in focus and someone in the background in focus. But they're using a long lens for the guy in the foreground, so the background's still blurry behind the guy in the foreground. But then they got the guy in focus in the background, too. Like, there's one part where Chris has his gun in close-up in the foreground on the right, and Samuel L. Jackson is still in focus, sitting by a table in the back on the left. Lots of cool cinematography in this movie. They really know how to make a space work for 3 hours in the one confined space. And I was surprised because the first 2 chapters weren't actually in this house. I was expecting, how am I going to be entertained for 3 hours in one haberdashery, one log cabin? They had 2 chapters on a carriage. They mixed it up a bit. To their credit, they found so many different angles and perspectives and close-ups, ways to make the space interesting. This one huge open room, but they found so many different ways to look at it throughout the course of this 3-hour movie. Props to the cinematographer, props to the director and staging. I was really impressed. And the actors were really fun. Tim Roth as Oswaldo was a delight. Him getting caught in awkward situations and trying to be the peacekeeper among everybody. Then you have Kill Bill's brother. Sorry, I don't know his name. That guy's always fun to see, him and his gruff voice, and people already assuming that he's a villain and he's up to something, and he just wanted to go and visit his mama for Christmas. I almost wish these people didn't turn out to be villains and they just actually were who they say they were, because I really liked Tim Roth's funny British guy, and the idea that this gruff guy that everybody thinks is the villain really was just trying to go visit his poor mom for Christmas and was writing his life story. That would have been funny. Like, oh man, we shot that dude. He really was just going to visit his mom for Christmas. Samuel L. Jackson is being Samuel L. Jackson a lot in this movie. I don't know how much I can really say. They got him to say mother effer a couple times in the movie somehow, and he got to yell towards the end a couple of funny lines, particularly whenever he was telling Channing Tatum to throw the gun out. Channing Tatum, even though we laughed at him whenever we first saw him, I surprisingly was able to adjust to it rather quickly. He gave a good performance. As Raymond said earlier during the actual discussion, he was impressed by him in this villain role, and I would agree with him. He actually managed to be intimidating. He was intimidating this old Confederate.
He was in like one sequence in this movie, and he did it.
It was just this one conversation where he's covering up a blood stain on one of the chairs next to the fireplace.
Sweet Dave's chair.
And he's intimidating Sanford, the Confederate soldier, this old Confederate soldier. He pulled it off.
We need more Channing villain, and we need Zac Efron to be a superhero to fight him. Can't wait for that movie. They just give me a look like, oh my God, Raymond, shut up. Just telling you, bro. My boy Zac needs to be a hero.
OB was funny. I didn't get to make my joke about how...
Okay, that's the big thing about the movie.
I didn't get to make my joke at the beginning of the movie because we were rushing through about how he was a member of the Red Eyes gang.
Those glasses?
Yeah, he had those huge red glasses on. I really liked that guy. Didn't get to see enough of that guy. Poor that guy. Kurt Russell in the movie was amusing. I didn't get too much very deep from him. He was just the kind of friendly guy, can talk to anybody. And him, OB, and Chris, I guess, were technically the only good people in this movie, the only untainted people in this movie. Kurt Russell refused to kill people, and he always took him in for justice. He was like the Batman of this universe. Won't kill. He just takes him in.
Justice.
Get it served. And OB's just an innocent driver. This movie's more of a feeling than a movie. It's more of a stage play, like I said earlier. And literally, Quentin Tarantino comes and voices over and does the stagehand reading of setting up the scene for you twice in this movie. Even though it's a film, you could have implied it. So it was weird. It was just a joke. I guess it was just a commentary by the director of the movie about how much of a stage play the movie is instead of an actual movie it is. I laughed at it, but it wasn't necessary. It was just a funny touch, a funny Quentin Tarantino quirk. I'm not sure how I really feel about that. What I remember most is mainly just the mood and the feel of the scenes. Just being in this cabin. The movie is just paced so nice and slowly that really I'm just taking in the texture of things, the designs of things, and the feel of the snow. And this set that they built for the cabin is just constant snow going in and just these nice shafts of light coming down from the ceiling where you see drops of snow falling in while a character's fixing a drink or something. Just the feel of this movie, and playing Silent Night on the piano while Sanford is interrogating Samuel L. Jackson. I feel these moods, and there's this one part where Samuel L. Jackson is taking the stew over to Sanford, the colonel, at the fireplace, and there's just this steam coming up around Samuel L. Jackson's rims of his hat. There's just steam coming out of his hat. It's like, the main thing I'll remember about this movie is just a couple of funny lines, the feel of the location, the staging, nice performances. It's just a nice mood piece to me. It's a nice thing to just sit down and enjoy. But at the same time, I wanted it not to go into the Quentin Tarantino territory where it just gets all bloody and stuff like Quentin Tarantino's going to do. Like, I almost wanted a conversation movie where it slowly builds and there's just one spurt of violence at the end or something, I guess, because you got to do the one spurt of violence where everybody kills each other or something. I want less of an exposition build and more of a tension build in the movie. Because it seemed like the majority of the movie was people talking to each other about backstories and stuff like that. And the audience is like, well, obviously this guy's a Confederate colonel, and so he's going to have a problem with Samuel L. Jackson, who's black and was also in the Union. This is an obvious setup. We know where this is going. throw us a curveball and play with that tension and maybe go a different way with it. And they did that with the Chris character, who had the same type of background, but ended up going to his side, and that's the moral of the movie. I almost wish it had less violence in it. It was more like a 12 Angry Men movie with a bunch of people who have their political views and disagreements, but they all had to come to a decision about what to do about Daisy's character or something. Just a bunch of men in a room with different ideologies trying to come together and yell at each other, and there's tension. Like, they don't have a big scene where everybody in the place is all involved at the same time. I mean, that's got to be really hard to write for, but it would have been great to have a scene where everybody had a say in on something, and they were all just standing in a circle, all yelling at each other or talking to each other, or had something else to disagree with or agree with, or people choosing sides and stuff. They didn't play with alliances enough in this movie with people being trapped in a house. I don't feel that like I did in other movies, like where you trap a bunch of people with different beliefs in one location and they get at each other's throats about what to do about the certain situation. At no point do they consider, like, maybe this blizzard will last for more than 2 days and I'm stuck in here with this Confederate guy, or I'm stuck in here with this guy. And it's like, you almost wish it played out over more than one night. Trim some of the exposition stuff earlier in the movie, get that tighter, and then you have more time to play once all these people are stuck in the cabin together. I don't think they really played that up enough, besides the obvious stuff about Samuel L. Jackson's going to have beef with this guy. And then, all these people just turn out to be villains anyway, so we can just shoot them because they're villains. 3 hours, and we don't get enough. I guess that was my problem with the climax of the movie. Not that it wasn't a big enough payoff, but that them all just turning out to be villains and giving us an easy reason to shoot them, instead of maybe learning something about their past and some disagreement leading to violence, or the fact that they've been stuck in here and they get cabin fever or something and they all start going crazy with having to stay in here with this person that they don't like or something. I expected more of a talking tension movie. There's tension here and there, but for obvious reasons based on their backgrounds that we slowly learn about, and not for stir-of-the-moment reasons. By the time you actually get tension in the moment, somebody gets shot. Like, there's not enough tension built up between characters in a conversation, like, back and forth. I guess that's my biggest critique of the movie right there. It's just, there's not enough tension to get me through the movie. I'm watching actors in a stage play. They're doing a really good job, but I'm not feeling worried about anybody too much in this movie. They have this backstory. They're going to bump heads with this guy, obviously, but I'm not really worried about what's going to happen. So I guess that's my critique of the movie. I don't mind the pace. I enjoyed the characters and the acting and the staging. Thought the cinematography was good. Just wish there was more tension and build up and more conversations between all these people and their beliefs. But overall, it was good. Especially the score during the opening credits. I really liked the score during the opening credits. Didn't get to hear too much of that throughout the whole entire movie. And that's my thoughts on the Hateful Eight. My extended thoughts. Now you see why I was offended. I thought you were about to shut me down. I was like, I got a lot to say.
Yeah, I let you roll.
Yeah,
I let you do your thing.
You just gotta let me dish this out, man.
You had a lot to say, a lot about this movie, how you wanted to roll.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just liked it for what it was. I thought it was okay. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good movie. I thought I'm sure for somebody like myself who requires something to be happening all the time, this movie was able to keep me invested with the talking and learning and characters.
And the characters are fun to watch. The chemistry between Kurt Russell and Leah, what's her last name?
Daisy.
Well, Daisy, yeah, but I don't know the actress's name.
Actress, I forgot. Look it up.
You don't want to look it up?
I don't feel like it.
She did a wonderful job in what could have been a very thankless role. She had so few lines at the beginning of the movie, always chained up to Kurt Russell's character. But you could always look over and she would have this expression, like she'd be smiling at sadistic times, to be smiling, or she'd be licking her lip for blood, and all of a sudden she's missing her two front teeth and she's all bloody on the floor. And this woman really gave a lot in this movie. I really enjoyed her performance. I don't want to underplay her performance. She did a really great job in this movie. She was a lot of fun to look over and just watch. And Chris's character, the sheriff, how he's always so giddy to be right and stuff, like, ooh, doggy. Dig 'em.
All the characters were very fun in this movie.
A lot of fun characters.
That held me for this movie that takes place this one spot. I enjoyed it. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. 2016 is starting off pretty well. Thank you, Tarantino.
Yeah.
This is a nice film to watch. Got some other ones coming up. Tutama, what are you excited for in 2016 right now? What's your most anticipated stuff?
Oh, it's immature stuff.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Mine is immature stuff too.
Oh, no.
What Hollywood's got excited about from the trailers we got released for the movies coming out so far in 2016? What are you most looking forward to, sir?
The Hateful Avengers.
Oh,
You put a bunch of Avengers in a room together and then they start fighting each other.
That's what that movie really is. Though.
Now, that would have been an interesting movie.
But it's not gonna be.
That would have been an interesting movie.
It's not gonna be the good talking like this one.
Like General Ross walks into the Avengers headquarters and tells them about the Accords, and then it's just a whole entire movie about all the Avengers sitting around a table debating about their place in the world, sir. It's like there's no action scenes at all. Like I just said, it's a 12 Angry Men movie where they're all just talking about their different beliefs about what they should do about these Accords. Everybody just sitting around, walking around, pacing around the room. Now that's an Avengers movie right there, Rim. 12 Angry Avengers.
Don't point at me. I'm not endorsing that.
I will endorse this movie.
I'm just endorsing that.
Instead of Civil War, cancel Civil War. All that footage you shot, millions of dollars you spent, scrap it right now. Go to one location.
The 12 Angry Avengers.
12 Angry Avengers.
Anything else you're excited for?
I want to see 12 Angry Avengers now. In black and white.
Nothing else besides 12 Angry Avengers you can think of right now.
I know there's a lot of stuff. Right now, I can't remember. I had a movie that popped in there, but I really don't want to say this movie first because it's going to be bad.
Go ahead, say it.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Do you want to see that one? That's what you want to see.
See, by saying it, now you think it's the one I want to see the most.
Like, I'm thinking, like, what, out of all movies?
I want to see Civil War.
At least you didn't say Batman vs. Superman. I mean, I want to see these movies,
we're going to see that.
I want to see them, but they're not something I'm looking forward to.
It's the trailer. They use that, let's rock around, let's strip it. The trailer editor knew how to sync up a part of the trailer to the music, which trailer people don't do anymore. That part where Megan Fox ties up her knot and goes, huh, to the song. Huh, here we go. Huh. Pointed out earlier that the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie synced up something to the audio last time, too.
Raph attacking says, come on, and then he swings.
Yeah, and Shredder. I was like, oh my gosh, Raph's taking on Shredder, and they synced it up to the music. This is so exciting.
You have been deceived, Andrew.
I was deceived.
You are going to be deceived again.
How can someone F up the backstory to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Redemption with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, sir?
I hope they can, but I'm not anticipating it.
Tyler Perry presents Bebop and Rocksteady. Raymond's falling over in his chair laughing.
Tyler Perry's Bebop and Rocksteady.
Meet Medea.
With the way things are going now, Andrew, it's possible that it could happen. Don't give them any ideas.
With the popularity of the N-Word Turtles series on YouTube, they take that idea, mix it with Medea. It's all about Medea trying to teach the turtles proper etiquette in the real world.
For me, Kung Fu Panda 3 coming out in a few weeks.
Oh, that's really close. They're trying to stack the beginning of the year for you. They gave you a Quentin Tarantino movie?
They gave me Tarantino. They gave me this. I'm thinking Revenant is going to be good, too. We're going to get to see that tomorrow.
Whoa!
February not looking too good. Out of the summer movie releases, the only thing right now I'm interested in is Independence Day 2. That trailer was fun to me.
It's definitely tealer than last time.
Oh, my God. Doctor Strange comes out this year.
You got Rogue One, a Star Wars prequel.
I don't give a shit about that.
Darth Vader's going to be in it,
I don't care. I don't need to see how they stole the plans to the Death Star because I already know the outcome of that situation.
Oh, spoiler. Some people might not know Rogue One was about that.
The trailer's going to reveal that's what it's about, Andrew. I already know they're going to win. They're going to get the plans to Leia, who's going to put it in R2 in the beginning of episode 4. Why do I need to see this entire scenario play out? It's a Star Wars heist film. Make a heist film about something else in the galaxy. Not the same thing that I already know the outcome to. Sorry to rant. I just don't like prequels that you can make a good prequel. Don't get me wrong. Prequels are okay-ish sometimes. But when you got a story that you already know the outcome, but you got to see how it happened. No, I don't.
You know how excited about the Han Solo prequel movie?
As long as it doesn't connect to the other films, I'm perfectly fine with it. It'll probably be how Han Solo got the Millennium Falcon in the first place. I guess that's okay. What else would it be about? He met Chewie. He saved Chewie. They get the Millennium Falcon together. Big whoop.
At least we have episode 8 before that comes out, though.
Yeah. Excited for that in 2 years.
It's almost just a year. That puppy's coming quick.
Ready for a trailer for that? We'll probably get a trailer for that at the end of this year.
Yeah, with Rogue One. We don't have a trailer for Rogue One yet.
What would that be on? One of those Disney movies. They got the
Civil War.
They got Jungle Book. Oh,
Jungle Book.
Yeah, I'm not excited for that shit.
No CGI Jungle Book.
No, I'm not excited for nothing right now other than Independence Day and Kung Fu Panda 3.
There's gotta be something.
I have no faith in everything else.
What about Zoolander 2?
Not a big fan of the first Zoolander.
Whoa.
I know everybody else says
Oh
sorry.
my gosh. I actually laugh at that trailer, and I don't laugh at trailers. I laugh at the
I laugh
Zoolander
at the
2 trailer.
Mugatu part when he's walking, he rips off his...
Prison has changed me.
Yeah.
I'm bad to the core.
That's about it.
I laugh whenever I see Justin Bieber jumping off walls and killing people on motorcycles.
Man, I ain't got nothing.
You want to look on your phone? You want to run through this?
That's right. Let's look.
Let's do the annual calendar check here.
Let's do it. I put 2,916. Ooh, I hate to see what the films are like then. We got The Forest that comes out on the 8th. Don't care about that. 13 Hours of Benghazi on the 15th. The Michael Bay movie. Don't give a shit.
The true story. You never knew.
Oh, you got Ride Along too, I guess. The Fifth Wave.
The Chloe Moretz alien invasion movie.
Alien invasion movie with no aliens in it.
They take over people's bodies.
The Host one was the same thing.
We are talking about a movie where in their reality, a bunch of classroom kids would run over to the window and watch a plane coming right at them and not run away or duck for cover.
Not excited for that. The Boy seems like a nice little horror movie. Hope that's okay. Dirty Grandpa, Zac Efron and Robert De Niro. Oh, we watching that, yeah.
Oh, no.
Jane Got a Gun. We saw that trailer for the first time.
It was funny.
It was funny because Ewan McGregor.
Owen Lars.
That's interesting. I can't wait to see that. 50 Shades of Black. I don't give a shit.
You like the haunted house movies.
I do, but this one don't seem like it's gonna have the haunted house effect to it.
Mm-hmm.
The Finest Hours. What is that? Oh, that's the ship breaks in half, and then they send out a small rescue boat to go rescue all these people on the big ship. You never seen that trailer?
What? No.
It's a Disney movie.
What?
Or it's got
Finest
Chris
Hours.
Pine and Casey Affleck in it.
I think I remember something about that.
Let's see. Don't know that movie. Hail Caesar, new Coen's brother movie. This is like the only Coen's one that seems interesting to me.
I'm interested in it because it's a Coen Brothers movie, but whoever edited the trailer didn't make it funny. There's only one part that I laugh at whenever
It made it
he's...
interesting to me.
I'll agree that it's interesting. I
Okay.
said funny, though. What'd you laugh at? Did you laugh at
I can't
anything?
remember if I laughed at anything.
I laughed at one thing, and that's whenever Josh Brolin starts running away, hugging his briefcase, running down the sidewalk in the distance, and Tilda Swinton's yelling his name, like, ooh, ooh.
Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, based off a book, I guess. I don't
Starring
care.
Cinderella.
Lily James Potter. There's Regression, which is an action thriller, has Emma Watson in it and Ethan Hawke.
So he traded Selena Gomez for Emma Watson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deadpool.
Hey, yeah, I wanna shoot, baby.
I don't know. It's like...
You're just turned off by the fact that they had to have Ryan Reynolds outside the mask.
No, they had to do the backstory thing. Like, if they have the backstory, but you get to see Deadpool pop in and start commenting on this stuff, then it'll be great. But I don't know right now.
They might be nervous about how far to take it.
Yeah, so I'm thinking they don't know how to take it. So they're going to play the backstory normal and then have Deadpool do his stuff.
You don't know for sure.
I think it'll live up to most people's expectations. Gods of Egypt, don't give a shit about that.
That crazy movie.
Yeah, it looks like 300 in Egypt.
There's this one interesting part where it looked like there might be some fun and humor in the movie whenever some guy made a joke about the labyrinth that they have to run through. Gerard Butler's a bad guy in the movie. That's interesting.
London Has Fallen comes out.
There you go, sir. A sequel to a movie you like.
I did like Olympus Has Fallen a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I seen the trailer for London Has Fallen like once, and then I was like,
The CGI has fallen.
that's probably it. Or is the fact that pretty much every actor from the first movie in it, but all those actors were U.S. officials, so his movie gonna focus on the U.S. officials instead of the London officials. I don't know. It's debatable. I need another trailer.
Oh, so you're offended that London is not properly represented in defending their own country.
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
I don't know how I feel about Zootopia, the new Walt Disney animation movie.
You gotta love that sloth trailer. Everybody loves that sloth trailer.
I fucking hate it.
What? Are you being serious right now?
Time, like after you watch
After
it
the
again,
first...
and
Oh,
you
because
see
of how
it-
slow it is?
Yeah, I can't do
I
it
got
anymore.
the joke the first time, and now I have to watch this slow scene just for that smile.
And it's so stupid. There's the Brothers Grimsley, which is the new Sacha Baron Cohen movie. It doesn't look like it's going to be as funny as ones like Borat and Bruno.
We saw the trailer before this movie, before The Hateful Eight. It was some funny stuff like, why would you include these scenes in the trailer if you can't show them in the trailer? Picture of the brother flipping off the camera, but they had to blur it out for the trailer. Like you're watching Cops or something on a trailer. And then one part, there was a scene where Sacha Baron Cohen is falling down some scaffolding.
And is his back supposed to be, but is his butt supposed to be hanging out?
Yeah, his butt's supposed to be hanging out.
CGI blurred as his back.
They CGI like skinned over his butt crack. What the frick?
It's a booty. Get over it. Oh, we got the Divergent Allegiant. I guess we'll have fun making fun of that shit.
That's very rude. This could be a very good movie, sir. It's got Jeff Daniels.
What was the last two movies we saw him in? The Martian and Dumb and Dumber 2.
A lot of people really like The Martian.
A lot of people really do like that. I don't understand why. I really don't.
You probably thought it was okay. I don't remember. I haven't edited that one yet.
I didn't think it was okay.
Okay.
I remember specifically we were like, Matt Damon cannot pull a movie by himself like this. Oh, you got Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. Don't care. Wait, that's in March?
If any of
Holy crap.
our followers or subscribers would like us to talk in more detail about these previews in the future, advanced opinions about one or two of these movies, leave a comment in the section and we'll gladly talk about it for you guys. Let us know. Give us some feedback because we're kind of just brushing a lot of these things off. But if you want more of a reason why we're not looking forward to something or looking forward to something, let us know.
So they're making God's Not Dead 2, if you didn't know. I saw the trailer for that with Melissa Joan Hart. Did you see that trailer?
It's called God's Not Dead 2?
It's called God's Not Dead 2, yes, sir.
They made a mistake.
What you want to say? God has risen or something? What you want to say?
No. God's still not dead.
They don't have good marketing.
It's like I still know what you did last summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. God's still not dead.
God will always not be dead or something like that.
God is eternal or something.
Did you see the first one?
No.
That's not what you think it is.
What do you mean?
You think the title God's Not Dead? You think it's about like a movie about people's religions and all that? Or what are you thinking it is? The guess of it.
Well, I can't just guess because I do know. It's about a professor who wants
It's a
all
Christian
the people in his
propaganda movie. The professor wants everybody to not believe in God. One kid stands up to him. God has revenge on the professor at the end of the movie. Spoiler alert.
You don't even
I
have
don't
to
care because it's stupid.
You don't even have to believe it, kid. Just write it on a piece of paper and let it go. It's like, no, I will not let it go. Not to men like you.
Oh my God. to Kevin Sorbo here. And Kevin Sorbo.
Look to Kevin Sorbo, people. Let him be an example. Then he murders.
Yeah, he dies at the end.
Captain America jumps in.
Spoiler alert for anybody who didn't see God's Not Dead the first one.
What?
Oh, he dies at the end. God kills him at the end.
Kills Hercules?
Yeah, he kills Kevin Sorbo at the end.
I think I remember that from a review I watched about it.
Yeah, God has revenge for him not believing. They told you his backstory.
That's
about
a horrible
he
thing
didn't
to
believe.
do.
I think his mother got cancer or something like that. That was his backstory because he used to be a Christian or something like that, and he was so angry.
That would be like in the movie The Santa Claus. You know how they had the backstory about how they stopped believing in Santa Claus? Like, I didn't get my mystery date board game. I didn't get my weenie whistle. That'd be like at the end of the movie, instead of giving them the weenie whistle and the
Santa Claus just killed him.
Just kill?
Yeah, that's
Santa Claus
exactly.
just killed the step-parent.
But we just compared God to Santa Claus. People probably gonna be offended by that. Sorry, guys.
I'm just fine. I'm
He's
trying
just
to
telling you how it is in a story like setting.
just in a story
God
sense.
has revenge on this guy because this one kid stood up to him, but he didn't take revenge on him anytime sooner. But anyways, they're making a part 2, which is about a teacher who is
Tim Helen just murders the step
that's
parent.
what it should have been. And 2, this teacher is trying to teach her class, and she's using like references from the Bible or something. And some kid in her class
Is it the reverse now? So it's the reverse?
So it's sort of the reverse now. The kid texts his parents, "Hey, this teacher is telling us about God. Apparently, they passed some law where the teachers can't say that, and there's a big fuss about that." So this kid got upset about that. Been on Instagram or Facebook on his phone in class.
I mean, unless it's a public college.
I think it's a public high school.
No, it's a public school.
A high school.
Oh.
But yeah, they didn't wait for the kid to go home and tell. The kid immediately texts his parents in class. The trailer shows this. Apparently Rings is coming out, which is the sequel to The Ring and Ring 2.
That could be interesting. I don't know.
It's supposed to come out in April.
Is Jerry Bruckheimer attached to it? Is Jerry Bruckheimer doing anything these days? I like that guy.
He probably working on that damn Pirates 5 shit.
I wouldn't think he would go back to Pirates after all that work he had to do on the second 2.
What you feel about The Boss? Melissa McCartney might pull it off. Funny. Depends on if it's rated R or PG-13.
I'm not inherently interested in that movie at all.
It's PG-13. That's what it depends on for me. There's another Amityville movie coming out. Don't care.
Another one? What the fruit is happening?
Amityville, The Awakening. The Force Awakens. Amityville, The Force Awakens is coming out.
The House Awakens.
Barbershop, The Next Cut. That's another one. I am looking forward to that one.
I like the joke where
sorry.
They tell Cedric the Entertainer to get down on the floor. He's like, "Oh, I'm not getting down on that floor, man. It took me 2 years to get back up, man."
I'm excited about this one because
that was my favorite part
for
of the
the
trailer.
past 7 years, the urban market has been saturated with Tyler Perry movies. And finally, we get a good movie aimed towards the urban market. So I'm excited for that. Yes, I use that terminology.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Jungle Book, Walt Disney, don't care. The Huntsman, Winter's War is coming. I did not watch the first one.
Didn't watch the first one either. Guessing
it's a prequel. I don't give a shit.
Whoa.
There's a movie called Keanu, but it does not star Keanu Reeves.
That's a fail. Moving on. Moving on.
It's got Michael Keegan and Jordan Peele, Method Man, Gabriel Union, and Will Forte.
It's slightly more interesting.
Michael Key.
playing Keanu Reeves? Is it a
That would be
biopic?
good. If it's a
Keegan-Michael
biopic,
Keegan is Keanu Reeves.
that would be good. It's a movie called Mother's Day.
Is a remake of the classic horror
Wait a
movie.
minute, there's a bunch of names listed on it, so I'm guessing it's from, let's see, Open Road Films. Is it the same director as the other movies? Like the Valentine's Day and New Year's Eve and all that?
Oh, it's one of those?
It might be one of those. Is it Gary Marshall?
Yeah, that would be the one.
Happy Days, Princess Bride 2, Princess Bride 3, Royal Engagement.
Yep,
Valentine's Day. Yep, it's him. Yeah,
Okay.
so he's doing another one of those called Mother's Day.
All right. It'll make
So
money.
it's about love or it's about the mother's love in this one?
Yeah, it's about a bunch of celebrities coming together to appreciate their mothers. For people who don't know, the Valentine's Day movie was just a bunch of celebrities who were hot at the time, all having their subplots that don't meet or join up in any way. They're just all appreciating Valentine's Day in their different ways with their different side stories that they have to resolve.
I can't remember if I like that one.
And same for New Year,
I might like Valentine's Day. I didn't like New Year's Eve.
where Abigail Breslin
Oh no, Zac Efron was in New Year's
wants
Eve.
to
I did like New Year's Eve.
is wearing a bra.
Ooh, got the Ratchet and Clank movie. Probably
then-
looking forward to that.
Glee was stuck in an elevator. Ratchet and Clank movie looks
Better than what it's being made out to be.
it's for something that's supposed to launch, make people excited about a property
I'm
that
excited
they
about
don't
that
know
game.
about.
The game looks good.
The game looks better than the movie.
Yeah, the game based on the movie based on the game.
It looks like they're including the whole entire movie inside the game anyway.
That's right. You just play the game and you get the extended version of the movie.
Yeah.
Got Captain America: Civil War in May. Not really excited. I already told you my thoughts about that.
How can
trailer.
you not be excited?
The Civil War storyline was stupid. And they had to use the next storyline to make it make sense, which I'm thinking they incorporated the next storyline into this.
We discussed this on the Krampus episode, which may not be out yet.
Angry Birds movie, don't give a shit about that.
I don't want to see that trailer again.
Neighbors 2 is coming. I need to see a trailer for that. The Nice Guys. Shane Black movie. Oh, yeah, that's the one with Russell Crowe. That one looks interesting to me. That's the one we laugh at. The Red Band trailer.
Nice guys. Ryan Gosling, Russell Crowe, run around doing kooky stuff in R-rated fashion.
For some reason, Alice Through the Looking Glass and X-Men Apocalypse are coming out on the same day.
Which one do I want to see less?
Ooh. I know the trailer was not good for X-Men Apocalypse, but I do want to see that one because I enjoyed the last two movies and Bryan Singer is still directing, so I got good faith in this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Out of the Shadows.
It's going to be the cartoon brought to life on the screen for the first time. They leaked that a certain character is going to be in it.
I already knew that from the alien invasion in the trailer. Don't shush me, there's an alien invasion in the trailer. You can see clearly.
Could be a dream sequence.
It's not a dream sequence. They already gave you.
Are they going to form the Technodrome?
Oh my god.
Is Shredder still alive? Was he the one talking to Baxter? How did Shredder survive?
Yes, he's alive.
Megan Fox stabbed
That
him,
new character is in it.
and then he fell.
Did she stab him or she kicked him?
She kicked a piece of a sword into his chest plate or
How'd
something.
she do that?
With
Oh,
her
he survived.
feet, with her
Remember,
legs.
He cuffed his hand and he had a piece of ooze on his finger, so he's gonna come back to life with ooze. But he looks like a real person now. He's not wearing a Shredder armor. He got completely healed because in the first movie he had like burn scars or something. The Conjuring 2, enjoy the first Conjuring. Now You See Me 2.
Where are all these sequels coming from?
I don't know. I kind of like the first Now You See Me, but I have to watch it again. Warcraft, not really excited for it, but I'll watch it. Central Intelligence with The Rock and Kevin Hart. Yeah, sure, why not? Finding Dory. Oh my god. No. Just no.
I can get behind that.
You get behind Finding Dory.
Not the principle of it, but maybe I'll enjoy it.
Independence Day Resurgence. That's the one I'm looking forward to most. The Shallows. I don't know what that is. It's a thriller. The BFG is the new Spielberg one coming out. I remember the trailer for that. I don't know what that's about, but sure, I'll watch it.
Those initials, man.
Yeah, I'm thinking it stands for the Doom BFG.
And did you go to the YouTube channel whenever they posted that trailer? Every single comment almost is people, this is a kid's movie too, is people saying, wait, the big effing giant? Except they don't say effing.
Oh, that's supposed to be what it stands for then, huh?
No, it's supposed to be the big friendly giant is what it stands for.
Oh.
The big friendly giant.
Why didn't they just call the movie that?
I don't know, because they want a bunch of people to say the F word in the comment section where a bunch of little kids
Sure,
are going to
why
go.
not?
I think the book is called the BFG.
Well, you should have changed it.
I think it's Roald Dahl book. He wrote the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory books.
Oh. Supposedly, The Purge 3 is coming. Did you ever see Purge 2, sir?
No, I did not.
I watched that recently. I actually really enjoyed that one.
Well, it's actually taking you outside during the purge.
Yeah, but like the way it plays out, it was pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. Purge 3.
There's a depressing amount of sequels so far. I thought 2015 was the year of the big sequels. This year's the year of the mediocre sequels all over the place.
You got The Legend of Tarzan. Fuck out of here.
Whoa, David Yates directed that, sir.
Is that Harry Potter?
Yeah.
I'm definitely not wanting to watch it now.
He directed the 5 through
Let's see,
the
Margaret
end.
Robbie is in it, so sure. And Samuel L. Jackson, Christoph Waltz, and Blood Diamond is in that one.
Gee, I wonder what Blood Diamond's gonna do.
That's racist. Secret Life of Pets. Need a full trailer for that. Oh, Ghostbusters comes out this year. July 15th.
Ooh.
I need a full trailer for that. Hopefully we get one pretty soon.
I need any trailer for that.
I need a trailer for that.
There's not even like a teaser with them turning around in the uniforms or something.
You know our thoughts on that already. It was why couldn't it be a mixed gender cast there? Instead they decided to make them all females when the original movies were targeted towards your males. I want to know how
You
many
gotta stop talking.
how many females out there are gonna come watch this movie now because of an all-female cast.
I don't know. Get ready for that Sandra Bullock Ocean's 11 movie. That's gonna be fun.
Time out. That's a real thing happening?
That's a real thing happening.
It's called Ocean's 11, Sandra Bullock.
Yeah. Well, Sandra Bullock's name's not in the title, but
It's set in the same universe as Ocean's 11.
I don't know if it's set in the same universe.
So it's gonna be her with a bunch of female other actors that
Yeah,
be all
bunch of-
popular.
all female heist movie.
So it's probably gonna be her, like Anna Kendrick, somebody young, like she gonna be the Matt Damon of the
Yeah,
group.
Matt Damon. Yeah.
Who gonna be the Brad Pitt of the group?
Brad Pitt. Margaret Robbie.
Margaret Robbie? Or you?
I
I don't
don't
know.
know.
Scarlett Johansson.
I'm just thinking of somebody.
Scarlett Johansson.
Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron is probably gonna be the Brad Pitt of the. Oh my god.
I want us to cast this movie right now.
We
Let's
cast
go.
the movie for y'all.
Who's the
When is
geek?
that coming? What
Who's
is that
the-
called?
I think it's gonna be Ocean's 11, just like Ghostbusters is Ghostbusters.
Oh, it's a remake. It's an actual remake of Ocean's 11.
It's a remake with all female cast.
It's a remake of a remake.
Yeah. But this time it's all females, sir.
There's another Ice Age movie coming. What are they on, like 6?
What?
Yeah, Ice Age Collision Course. Are they going to space in this one? Because what sounds like...
They all died in that short film that we saw.
Oh, that's right. Did all blow up.
Scrat killed them.
Oh, Star Trek Beyond.
Yeah, that's good.
No.
It's gonna be great.
Andrew likes the trailer.
It's gonna be great.
Not too big.
It's
on
from
it.
Justin Lin, the guy who reinvigorated the Furious franchise.
We'll see.
Looks like a fun adventure movie.
There's an untitled Fifth Born film supposed to come out this year.
That could be interesting. I don't know. But Matt Damon...
Yeah, what's his name's not back in it. Julie Stiles is back in it. Tommy Lee Jones is supposed to be in it.
Tommy Lee Jones, is he going to be hunting Bourne?
Hopefully.
Then you find out Bourne is in the same universe as U.S. Marshals and The Fugitive. What?
Awesome. The Suicide Squad.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That could be good. Raymond's shaking his head no. This is riveting discussion. We're just going off a checklist right now and saying yes or no. We're not expanding on anything.
Ben-Hur. Sounds familiar. That sounds like that's a remake or something.
Yeah, it's a huge epic. Ben-Hur. I never saw the original.
Pete's Dragon. I saw the original of that. They're remaking that shit. for some
Ben-Hur
reason.
is a huge gladiator movie.
Oh. Apparently it's got John C.
John C. Reilly?
I thought it was at first, but it's not. It's John Ridley was the name I was looking at. How you feel about Pete's Dragon?
Just release the other one in theaters.
Make it 3D for crying out loud. Y'all love doing that shit. People still come see it.
Make a special edition where you just turn the 2D dragon into a 3D dragon.
Spectral.
We already watched that last year.
Yeah. Bridget Jones's Baby is coming.
I haven't seen the other two.
I haven't seen that too. The Magnificent Seven. What is that? Western crime movie?
Oh, another... What is all these remakes?
Remake sequels is just Hollywood. You started out so good this year. Now we're going down the list, so you're looking terrible.
Where's my Red Letter Media F you it's January video? Last year was F you it's year. They expanded it to a whole entire year of bad movie.
There's another Underworld movie called The Next Generation. I still haven't seen the first Jack Reacher. Apparently there's another Jack Reacher coming. That's in October. Oh yeah, Doctor Strange comes out in November. I'm probably more anticipated for that. I ain't even got a trailer, but I like Doctor Strange, the character. And I like Benedict Cumberbatch and Chiwetel Ejiofor, so pretty exciting stuff.
If it starts Chiwetel Ejiofor, I'd be interested.
Oh, you got Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. What you think about that?
Nothing. I get nothing from the teaser.
But it's wizards in America, sir. They got open wand policies and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm just trying to appeal to the...
They play some whimsical music and try to tease the fact that it's the Harry Potter universe.
Yeah.
I don't inherently care.
I need to get my Potter collection back from you right now, though.
Okay.
As well. Something called The Great Wall. The Strangers 2 is supposed to come out in December. You remember The Strangers, the first horror movie?
Yeah, because you were home.
Oh yeah, that's why they asked me why. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Sure, why not? Oh, Assassin's Creed supposed to come out the week after that.
Why is Assassin's Creed coming out around Christmas?
I don't know, because Michael Fassbender? I don't make these rules. Some called Passengers, which I'm pretty sure is a remake of the one with Wesley Snipes. The Jumanji remake is supposed to come out in December as well. That's all we got right now.
Now, you had this has to be you punking me right now, Raymond, because I was very positive about 2016 until you read me this highly selective list.
Man, I was not punky. You can read that.
Because you scrolled through there a lot and you were like, nothing I'm seeing that I'm interested in right now. And then you started naming stuff that was remakes and reboots and sequels. Like, you had to be, you're pulling my leg right now. There's some nice stuff. We just don't know what it is yet because we don't recognize the titles.
We don't recognize the titles. We don't know what it is yet. Hopefully we get good trailers.
We're going to get some good stuff this year. 2016 is going to be a good year. We just ignore half the stuff you named. And we're gonna be all set.
You can't ignore it, Andrew. It's happening. It's for real. This is real life. This ain't no ignoring. They're really remaking these things. They're really remaking Jumanji, Andrew. Think about that for a second.
I feel like we had a discussion about that.
I don't think we did. Not on the podcast. I think we had
podcast?
one outside when we was gaming, I think. I don't think we had a podcast discussion about Jumanji. We had the one about Ghostbusters. But yeah, they're just remaking everything. And then you told me Ocean's 11. Oceana 11 is what they call it? What would you either call it?
No, that'd be racist.
Oceana? Oh, sexist? Oceana 11? Yeah, that's our list, Andrew, for 2016. It's very dark and dim now.
I don't think so. I'm still very positive about 2016.
I'm positive too. We got Revenant.
Your list is lying. Your list is lying.
We got Revenant next week. Tomorrow.
Amazing stuff's going to happen in 2016 if you just believe.
I'm believing right now, Andrew. Just like Ray did. Like Daisy Ridley. All right. Well, that's all we got right now as a Hateful Eight / preview of the 2016 podcast.
Our quote-unquote preview where we just said, or to every single movie.
I mean, what did they want me to say? You don't want me to tell the truth because I'll start ripping some shit apart. I just don't want our fans to be upset about this stuff. I'm trying to be politically correct.
Okay, I thought you were trying to make sure that we kept the podcast upbeat because this is a pretty downbeat section where we just went through a list for 30 minutes. It's like, that doesn't look very good. That
don't look very good. It just don't. It just doesn't look good. That's about it, homie.
Well, this is a very positive note to begin the new year on, sir. I'm really excited about 2016.
Yeah, Hateful Eight was very positive. Yeah,
it's gonna be great.
We got some stuff to look forward to.
It's gonna be great.
3. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
It is gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
I know it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
And we got Independence Day 2. Shit, you can't go wrong with none of that good shit. You can't go wrong with that teal, Andrew.
So much teal.
All right, we're cutting this off.
Yeah, for the parking lot projectionists, I'm Andrew.
I'm Raymond.
Shutting it down.